Oh, behave. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, the start of another week. Yes, friends, the day that kinda, brings it all home, makes us all realise, yeah, we have a whole week of this. But we shall turn down the music and, talk about it as we ramble into a new week, friends. And, well, the good news is the first day is over. We're that little bit closer to our Friday night. And you're all very welcome in. Hope you had a great weekend. I nearly said greet. Hope you had a great weekend, you join us here on our 6-part aerial adventure, inspired, of course, by the Grand Tour's journey throughout Europe. They called it Eurocrash, and, well, we call it Wing It, right? Tonight we're taking on the Ercoupe, the Ercoupe, the 415c by BRSIM Design. I'm not going to read this now at all. Part 4, low, slow, and loving it. Right, so we've soaked up the museum and the Soviet aircraft parked up here behind us. And, well, all the interesting facts about the Piešťany, as what it's called, as it has to offer. And now it's time to kind of putter along in a delightful ERCO Ercoupe, or Ercoupe 415. You see, we say coupe. Americans say a coupe. You put chickens in the coop. You put nice things in the coupe. But anyway, this isn't your typical high-powered, fire-breathing monster of the, of the skies. Not at all. This is more like a charming little roadster you take out on a Sunday afternoon. You polish it, you make sure no one is eating biscuits or crisps. It's light, it's nimble, and it's got a face that only your mother could love, but it has personality in spades. Our first stop of the night, we're going to ramble down to Bratislava. Lima, Zulu, India, Bravo, our first stop. A city that's, well, it's been Hungarian, it's been Habsburg, Czechoslovak, and now Slovak. And throughout all of that, it's somehow managed to keep its sense of humour. The city is the city where medieval charm meets Cold War era concrete, and somehow it just works. Bratislava, once known as the Pressburg, and the capital of Hungary for over 200 years. Airport, it's a no-nonsense affair, nice, small, quiet, quaint, just the thing for our easygoing aircraft. Next, we're heading up to another place I will attempt to pronounce, but get it wrong, Győr. We head to Hungary's own little crossroads of Europe. It's like the friend who quietly been in the background for every single major event and never took the credit. This town saw the Romans set up camp, the Ottomans tried and failed to make it their own, the Austrians were there, they even threw in a couple of nice baroque buildings for good measure, and the city's old town is a maze of cobblestones and history, with more churches per square mile than you would think possible. And the founder of the Hungarian nation was actually born in this very place. Finally, we go to Budapest, Buda and Pest. It is the stunning kind of, jewel in the crown of Hungary. And, well, it's beautiful. The city has been through everything. Romans, Mongols, Ottomans, Habsburgs, communists, the Irish. Well, we weren't there that long. But it's very, very pretty. It's come out the other side with a whole load of swagger as well. I've been to Budapest. I've been to this mad place. It's very, very beautiful indeed. It's actually based on 2 cities, Buda and Pest, until they merged all the way back in 1873. It's been the beating heart of Hungary ever since. And the airport here, the international airport, well, it is a massive gateway into Europe and beyond. All the major carriers fly in and out of here. And, well, it's going to be the nice set for our Part 5 of this series coming along very, very soon. So there we have it. From the city of Bratislava to the crossroads of Győr and then finally the grandeur of Budapest. This leg of the journey, it's all about taking it nice and handy and checking out what the sim has to offer. So that's the plan. See, I didn't read it at all. I don't have a fancy foot pedal that I can move the thing up and down. I need to show you that someday. Yeah, not now though. You'll be amazed by the science that I have going on here. Do you know? And I have a new addition. Well, it's not a new addition. I have a little control box here. I should do a man cave tour someday. Hello, like a proper one, maybe a video or something, and show you around because it's kind of messy now, right? And I don't know why them lights changed to them colours. Makes me legs look awful tan though. I'm not going to give out, but everything here has a purpose. Even myself, right? It does a thing, do you know? But anyway, that's the crack of it now. So jeez. Who's here? Who came in this Monday? It rained from the time I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock, and it's still raining now. It rained where I live, and it's raining 100 kilometres away. And then when I got up there, it continued to rain. Then I drove home this evening. It was still raining. The entire day, the entire country, raining. Ah, brilliant. Right, that's why we're so tanned, lads. Do you know what I'm saying? Jesus. But anyway, who's here in the chat? Happy Monday, all. Hope you're all keeping well. Tarnish Mossman, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Super Typhon is here. Vacuum rambles in. Lee Dixon, good evening. Hope you're well. Willow How Much is here. DJ Seamus. Asher, how are you, Seamus? How is she cutting? Now, let me see. Willow How Much? Good to see you. Gherkenberg is here. Hello. Spitfire RF 100 is here in the chat. Good to see you. PH Roy is here. How are you, Roy? Hope you're well, my dude. Lead Ballooner's in the chat. Nutty Slack is here. How's your mate Charlie from Port Arlington? Right, I believe you might have mentioned it once. Now, let me see. Abo92 has subscribed with Prime for 34 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Abo. Hope you're well. Sterling is here. Good day, all. It's a great day to fly into Budapest for a beer. When we were in Budapest, I'll tell you a story now. It was around the time... Someone's pressing buttons. It was around the time... You know the song Gangnam Style? Boom, boom, Gangnam. Do you remember the dance, right? Aye, come on, you do. Sure, don't you do it in the shower? But anyway, it was around the time that dance, or that music, that song, it's a song, Murph. The song came out, right? And myself and my mate went to Budapest because we were at that sort of a, what do you do on the weekend? Will we go for pints? And in Ireland back then, how long is that song out? Maybe 15 years? About 15 years? Anyway, it was cheaper to fly with Ryanair. They used to do these like €5 flights. Brilliant. Michael O'Leary was a genius back in the day. They can't do it now, of course. Glorified taxi drivers flying in the aircraft. But it was a £5 to fly to Budapest. €5 was the fare plus taxes. So it's like $25 return Dublin to Budapest, right? And when we got there, we got a taxi, Joe Maxey, from the airport. And big tall fella, one massive eyebrow. He had a friggin' huge eyebrow. That was the first. Jesus, right? Didn't say much to us. We're just, And we went driving to where our accommodation was. And it was the most unusual room because the accommodation was in a big, massive concrete block of an apartment block. Didn't fit the area at all. Of course, it was Soviet built, right? And how you know it was Soviet built? Because the ceilings were massive. And I mean massive. They were like nearly 15, 16 feet high. And the heater that they had in the room, they had an electric storage heater. If you ever see, a storage heater, right? Electricity is so expensive now, these things are kind of phased out. Greta, I suppose, was responsible, right? But anyway, basically what it was like a coil, like an element you see in a kettle. And they used to heat these bricks. They had bricks in the storage heater, and then they'd hang the whole lot up on the wall. And the idea was the element would heat the bricks would stay warm, and Bob's your uncle, and Tina's your godfather, auntie, wait. But anyway, so we decided to go out that night for the pints. And in Budapest, I forget the name of the area, but the main strip, right? And it's great. On the left-hand side, depending on it could be on the right-hand side if you start at the bottom, but if you start at the top, it's on your left-hand side, right? On the left-hand side, you have all these small little pubs. And a lot of these are in the front room, or, the living room of people's houses. So you literally walk in the small little dainty door, and then you have like a bar wench, and like a couple of chairs. Pints, right? And you pay something like 90 cents for a big beer. Massive. 2 hands holding this gadget, right? So the idea is, you have all your pints down the left-hand side. Then, when you're feeling up for the, jumping around, you ramble across to the right-hand side of the road. And that's where the nightclubs are. And they're mad, right? The lads are like something out of a World War II movie based in Germany. Long leather jackets down to the feet. Them sort of fellas, right? And there's no messing with these lads because they're armed. And I don't mean just their arms armed. They're armed, so you don't mess. And it's great discipline in the area. No messing at all. But anyway, so you go into these nightclubs in Budapest, and they're mad. They're good crack. We went into one. It could have been the drink now, but I'm almost certain there was a giant tree in the middle of the dance floor, and they went up 3 levels. And your man, the Mad Hatter was running around the place. He was a small little fella, big hat. He was running around the place. And then they had another place, the Moulin Rouge is called. Now, they didn't have the dancers and all this. It was just a massive nightclub. And with that, they had Gangnam Style. And Budapest, they mustn't have set their alarm clocks, or it hadn't reached that part of the world yet, this song. So when the DJ played it, people were kind of just looking around. And at that stage then, I, as a Jew, got up onto the dance floor and I leapt around the place like someone having a bit of an issue. And they looked at me as if it was the first time mankind witnessed a fire. They were like, right, and I'm giving it all. Right, and I can't remember much of oh yeah, I do. I went to the bar to get drinks. I was supposed to get a vodka Red Bull. No, wait. I was supposed to get a vodka Red Bull and a Bacardi and 7-Up. So I was under the influence, so I ordered a Bacardi and vodka and a Red Bull and 7-Up, and I gave my mate the Red Bull and the 7-Up. Brilliant, right? So that was Budapest. And they have other things, important things, like the beautiful Parliament building. You can go out onto the Danube onto a boat, little boaty fella, and they have goulash, which is pretty much stew incinerated. It was disgusting. And they do deep fried pizza. Deep fried pizza, lads. Jeez, it was horrible. Sounds way better than it is. And what else? Oh, the thermal spas. Oh, jeez, I forgot all about them. The thermal spas they have in Budapest. It would cure all ailments. But then you'd need like an iodine shot afterwards, because the world and his mother uses the baths, you see. You're in the bath and a couple of hairy fellas get in beside you. How are the men? God bless them. Right, But very, very good, though. Had great crack there. But there we go. I've told you all my stories about Budapest. We'll see you next time. You take care. I should have... Right, it's not important. I'll keep going. Keep going, Murphy. It's grand. Anyway... How did I get onto that? But Sterling, yes, good to see you. Gherkenberg has subscribed for 2 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, you ledge. Vince C is here. Just back from the gym in time for the TTM show. Vince was in the gym. Jesus. Commander Balash, good to see you. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. And Wolfie, you're very welcome in. Liptorius is here. He says hello and a very good evening to all. And to you. Martel is here, welcome aboard. Tekiba Tom. Hello, welcome in. Led Ballooner. Happy Monday. AZ Blue Line is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Hope all is well. Daddy Plump is here. Englewood Online says hello. And Sir Campsalot, the dude from Newcastle, has rumbled in. Good to see you, Sir Campsalot. Nutty Slack says LZPP is a runway start only airport. Challenge accepted. Start on the airport, slew mode into parking, switch it all off, and then go again. But yes. Would that be handy if, like, you just, like, didn't allow for airport or runway starts, wouldn't it? That's a great idea. We should, like, tell people that's a good idea. Chalks is here, good to see you. Trits4, he says, very good evening, Murph and chat. Hope you're all in rude health and raring to go. And to you, rude health, never heard it that way. Let's go with it, though. Great stuff, Trits. Retriever Neil, welcome in. Stick Figures here. Toto, he says, good evening, all. Have withdrawals. I haven't flown for 4+ weeks. Decorating. And have permission to move my sim gear into the spare room when I'm done. Oh, happy day. It's going to be great. Toto, they'll never get you out of that room. Right? I mean, that's right. Make sure it's nice and decorated. I recommend dark paint. Keep it dark in there. You'll be in there for a while. Onboard Simulations, welcome in. Mr. Zed Rider, you're very welcome aboard. Happy Monday. Filthy has subscribed 29 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Cheers. Jesus, look. Led Ballooner is on a 40 stream streak. Is Led Ballooner. 40. Mother of Jesus. Thank you very much indeed. Balut is here. Dougal McTavish, the chairman. You're very welcome aboard, Dougal. Hope all is well. Soaring AJ. AJH, you're very welcome in. Lima Kilo Mike is here. Hello. Good to see you. Shuffle Shoes. Shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Rambog Mort is here. He says, happiest of Mondays to y'all. Ranbog, the man who has an upcoming S1 examination for virtual air traffic control. Exciting news and best of luck. You're going to absolutely be grand, And then 1 week later, I don't want to do this ATC anymore. They keep annoying me. Think about it, right? We'll all go over in a night. It'd be brilliant crack, though. Sun Jammers here, welcome in. Squawk Torque, hello. DeBlaze is here, welcome in. B. Carlo is here. Drumma, good to see you, man. Kozaki Flyer, happy Monday indeed. My speakers dried out and resumed normal operations. Excellent news, Kozaki. Muse Fan is here, burst in the door with his hand. He says, happy Monday all. Currently travelling, so I can't join tonight. Enjoy the stream. Muse, how are you exactly travelling right now? Are you in a bus? Wait, are you on a bus? Wait, are you in a bus or on a bus? Are you on a bus? Do you know, right? What's the correct? He's in a bus. But anyway, right, we're over here now. Egypt watching, says Sun Jammer. Viper Strike is here. He says, good afternoon, Murph and Fireflies. I flew the M500. Oh, nice. through Teton and Yellowstone National Parks yesterday. Very nice, Viper. 98 Vulcan is here. Good to see you. Hemming Bird rambles in. She says, I took the kids to McDonald's earlier and had a kids' meal. Had to fight his mum off, though. Brilliant. Happy Monday, Hemmingbird. I hope you're well. Right, Wombat is here. These weeks are getting very short. I need more. Right. We need more. Wombat, very welcome aboard. I have the Vans RV8 and it should be working. And if it isn't, we'll blame someone else. That's the best way to do it. Zard is here. Good to see you. Squawk Talk says, I've been in an Irish pub in Budapest. There was an Irish pub. Well, they said it was an Irish pub that's up. Oh, no, wait, that wasn't the Irish pub at all. There was some other pub that you have to go upstairs, right? And the idea is, well, you get upstairs, you drink to your heart's content, and then the only way to get out of the pub is through an elevator, in which then seemingly the bouncers come along and say you've spent, you know, a small fortune, and you have to pay. And there's no way to get out, of course, because there's an elevator. We didn't go to that pub, but could you imagine if they said that to me? Imagine, right? No. That's not going to happen. Imagine if they said it to me. Do you know, Crocs out like Karate Kid meets, you know, Braveheart meets, you know, your man from RoboCop. All at the same time, intertwined into Liam Neeson. All at the same time, right? It'll get awful, right? But anyway, D Jing is here. 33 months. D Jing, thank you very much indeed. Insane support, man. Trit says, Murph, may I ask, with no slur intended, have you been on the juice or is it just your auto cue playing up? My auto cue? Oh, wait, when I was reading the thing. Yeah, no, I was just reading that. Oh, yeah, I was just reading that. No, it was, genuinely. You can't see it, but like, I foot pedals. The right foot and the screen goes that way. The left foot and the screen goes that way. You have to see it to believe it, right? Right. I hear voices too, but that's okay. I'm supposed to. I have headphones on. But yes, Zybok Doc is here, calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary, Zybok. Hope you're well, my dude. Who else is here? Jesus, busy. David, welcome in. TNS Nemesis, happy Monday. Did I forget to mention our Charlie? Brilliant. Urban Guju, thank you very much indeed. Subscribing with Prime. Thank you very, very much indeed. Very kind of you. You're very welcome in. Pull up a chair. 98 Vulcan has subscribed Tier 1 for 5 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. That's a quick 5 months, isn't it? Jesus. The Forgetful Larry is in the chat. Hello, Larry. What's the crack? He says, all is well in the realm, Larry. Was Budapest Airport, according to Ryanair, somewhere on the outskirts of Minsk? Could have been. Ascari Wolf says the emergency slide should be made full of bags of Tato. Brilliant. Maddie Losa is here. Good to see you, Maddie. From the bottom, it's on the top, and from the top, it's on the bottom. You can't miss it. Will this be on the exams, says Stroker? Yes. Make sure you write down the information. There is a quiz, an exam, if you will, towards the end of the stream. And I will be asking questions. But yes, quite a claim to fame. The man who introduced Gangnam Style to Hungary. Well, maybe the dance. I'm telling you, I do more than just a hat rack, you know. Right, Ascari Wolf says, make Murph drunk again. What you talk? Me? That's it. Not at all. Muttley is here, good to see you. Pyrotech, you're very welcome aboard. Alton is here, welcome in. Scorpio49, been to Budapest and the Metro Mountains many years ago. Quite the experience. Indeed, it's beautiful. It really is now, lads. Budapest, beautiful part of the world. But yes, now where are we at? We're over here. There's buttons to be pressed. Larry says, Murph, you got me addicted. 7 streams in a row, Larry. And yourself. Brilliant. There's a prize when you reach 1,000. Happy Monday, Murph. Ordered a new Skoda, 3-month waiting list, says Retriever Neil. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's bigger than a birthday, an anniversary. It's almost as big as winning the lotto. Retriever Neil has ordered a brand new Skoda. It's brilliant. Look, my heart is just warm now. All the problems of the world have just vanished. They're gone. Not important. There's a new Skoda on the way. That's brilliant news. You've made me day and me month and me year. Fantastic. Strap21, good to see you. Paparazzi is here. He says, happy Monday and it's Labour Day. Happy Labour Day to our American friends. And good to see you, Paparazzi. Charlie B is in the house. He says, hello from a very wet Sweden. It's still raining here. It's positively raining. If you have to elevate yourself to get on, if not, then you get in. To the bus. Wait, are we still talking about that? Old veteran 96. Hemmenbird, I don't know how to say that without getting someone in trouble. Usually me, because there's always some sort of an innuendo. Old veteran 965. Scott is in the house. Good to see you. He says, howdy all. Hope as well on your Monday. More of a meh here. Indeed, and it is. Are you standing up or sitting down? I hope you're well, Scott. Mick Ham is here. Good to see you. 4 years, and this is the first time flying the Pipistrel, says Kozaki. Oh, enjoy it, man. A concealed carry Draco AK, but in a croc. Yes, that'll do. Briggsy, he says, hello, how is my sexy Irish potato? I just bought the... Jesus, Briggsy. I just bought the Ercoupe and ready to fly. Brilliant. I've never been called a sexy Irish potato before, but we'll go with it, you know. Mother of God. Right, my mistake, sir. Pretend I never opened my mouth, says Tritz. Totally fine. Let's just glance over it. Roy says, there's a big chance I'm joining the Skoda club. The small... Listen, right? If you're getting a Skoda, instantly they start giving you free stuff. Free parking. Free restaurants. Free drinks. It's like a celebrity...
Can I get a refund?
No, shut up. It's like a celebrity status, you know. Do you drive a Skoda? Yes, I do. This way, please, sir. That's exactly how it works. In my mind. Gaseous Maximus, good to see you. Moo Wet is here. Is your coupe the latter with rudder pedals? I think so. And the Fabia. Oh, that was great as well. Oh, the City Go. Oh, they're still Skodas, right? I got to 11 streams, but the weekend ones throw it off. Scary Wolf. No bother. Yeah, I was up early on Sunday. Yesterday. Sundammer says, a few years back, I had my best open air meal in Budapest, and it was so cheap. The wine was like water, and it was like €2 as well. Jesus. How can I tell I've got my online settings right at a glance? Can you be more specific, Nutty Slack? KR85 is here, good to see you. Cyrus T is in the house. Welcome aboard. It's a Greta-friendly coupe. Indeed, it is. Right over here. Jesus, it's busy. You can take it however you like it. Thanks, Bird. Does Skoda give you a free breakdown truck? No, not at all. Hello, we Skoda owners need to stick together. Yes, one of us. One of my friends went on a Skoda club driving holiday to the south of France, says Squawk Torque, maybe 15 to 20 years ago. Jesus, Skoda should give you free engines. Wait, what? I was going to buy a Skoda, says Dougal, but then I saw a glass paperweight down the market for £1. Jesus. Listen, right. Fabia has has a few rally wins. The Skoda Fabia does. Yeah. Right, now we're over here. Look, I didn't say hello to our YouTube friends. Dazza T. Arab is here. Good to see you, Dazza. We're only talking about people with taste. Skoda drivers. You drive a Skoda. You do, Dazza. You drive a Skoda. Or at least, you know, you wish you drove a Skoda. Lost Trucker's here. Good to see you. Frankenstein is in the house. Welcome aboard. Who's this now? Come here. Welcome in. Bartman is in the house. Welsh Dogfish. Hello. Talro. Welcome in. Good flight, and to you. Mr. Anderson is in the house. US Air Force MedTech is in the house from Orlando. Hello from Tipperary. I hope you're keeping very well. Mrs. TPHI17. Hello. Great to see you. Y Kanyes is here. Angels15. TPH17. Hello. Good to see you. Jack M. Hello there. Delta Bravo is here as well. Jesus, who else? Renee is in the house. Cheers from Chile. You're very welcome in. Good to see you, Renee. Now, let me see. We're over here, look. Yes, Murph, Skoda for the win. Ha! Brilliant! See? What's it like, you know, everyone else who doesn't own? Do you feel left out at all? No, Murph, our cars don't break down. What? Who said that? Right, Robbie is in the house from 61 Treat Studio. A very good evening to you, Robbie. Hope you're well. Now, I am at LPZZ and the end of the runway. I'm on Southeast Asia and I think multiplayer is on, but I can't see anybody. Have I done something wrong? Nutty Slack, maybe just try a restart. That should do the job. Flyer10 was here. Good to see you. Right, lads, it's terribly busy and we must get started. Are we ready? Let us go to the other screen. And I press a button. You ready for the... It doesn't squeak anymore. It used to. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. Right, well, transitions, right? People pay a fortune for that. As I turn around my microphone. Is it gone the right way? It is, yeah. Right, and here we are. Hello and welcome in. Jesus, my chair nearly fell apart. Now, let me see. Sean Irish is in the house. Good to see you, man. Watch from Derry. Hello from Tipperary. Good to see you, man. The cars don't break down, just the people who drive them. Indeed.
Your what nearly fell apart?
My chair. No, it don't. No, the arm thingy moved.
No.
What do you mean, no?
You're not getting a new chair.
I don't need a new chair. Why do you think I need a new chair? This chair is fine. It's the arm flying. It's grand. It makes that sound. It's for my what are them stupid things? ASMR stream. You listening? Yes. Chair, arm, rest, slider thingy moving. Right. Cut it out, Scott, will you? Jesus. I have the same relationship with my BRSIM 3, a Corsa. Ooh, Jesus. If Skoda made aircraft, it would probably be the best aircraft in the world. It would. It absolutely would. Right, stop pressing buttons. It sounds like you've eaten onion soup. I've eaten onions. I could do with some onion soup. I like onion soup. Squawk Talk says, was learning the other day about how, during the late unpleasantness back in the 1930s, those lads with the armbands and the fella with the little moustache, you know the ones, when they took over Czechoslovakia and gained the country's industrial capacity, specifically the Skoda factory, it made all the difference for them when they went on and invaded some other countries. Yeah, so Skoda was based out this neck of the woods. And in the Grand Tour, Jeremy Clarkson, Hammond and May, a lot of Hungary and Slovakia and all that block was kept under, the Iron Curtain. And they showed off a car that was built by Skoda that was going to race in the equivalent of, Le Mans. It was the equivalent of what they had over there. And Clarkson drove it, and it was absolutely gorgeous looking. And he loved it, but it was a Skoda. And the steering wheel nearly fell off. But it was still very, very nice, and he liked it. But anyway, friends, bit of sound. Yes. And here we are with this aircraft. This is from BRSIM Design. These guys make really pretty planes. Haven't seen them release something in a little while. They're still there, all right. Just haven't seen them. Spark is in the house. Many thanks for the follow, dude. So this aircraft, well, it's a little beauty. It's a little beauty. It's weird, it's janky, and it's a classic, and I like it. I particularly love the H tailwing design. Isn't it only absolutely beautiful, right? You ain't going to set any sort of records on this thing. It's low, slow, and, a little bit dainty. But it's like a little classic, right? And that's what we're going to be flying today. Look at the... it's done so well. Look at the texture work, isn't it? Just look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, right? It's one of those little classic general aviation aircraft. Now, I don't know if it's at the airport or the airplane, but the wheels kind of sink into the ground a bit. But sure, listen, we won't worry too much about that. But this is a beautiful little plane. We're going to learn all about this during our flight today. And just a couple of things, so you have your fuel tanks here in the wing. Fuel tank. And then you have your fuel level indicator on the wing. Right? On the wing. I don't have a link for it, Angerloo. You get the aircraft on Sim Market. I think it's like $20 or something. It's not bad. But it first flew in 1937, and there was 5,685 of these particular aircraft built. It's a fascinating story. We'll learn about it now. American built, and it came on later, I think, to become a Mooney Cadet later on in its life. But for the moment, it's the Ercoupe. It's very, very nice. Flight plan fan is in the house. Good to see you. Dakey Decimus is here. Welcome in. Richard Ricardo, good to see you. So look at it. It's a little gem of a plane, and we're going to take it for an out spin today, right? So where we left you last week, that's the museum down there, all the parked up Soviet aircraft. We watched Top Gun Maverick last night. Jesus, brilliant. Myself and Mr. Teuton. Anyway, jump in here now, reset the view, and into the cockpit. And we have our covers on. This does not have rudder pedals. You're dead right. We'll talk about the controls here now in a moment. So I'm going to remove the window cover and the static elements, and disappear all that. And we'll get ourselves situated with the aircraft and seeing what it's all about, right? So we should be able to open these. Maybe you click down here. What does that do? Takeoff, landing, trim. No. Did you not open the windows in this gadget? Right now. Maybe you can't. Maybe I'm thinking of a different aircraft. I could have sworn we could open the windows in this. But sure, listen, we shan't worry about it just yet. Anyway, let's look at the airplane itself. It's very straightforward, very, very simple, right? Very simple. The main dash here. So what do we have? Right, well, VFR only, non-aerobatic aircraft. Okay, so VFR only, fair enough. Trims over there on the left-hand side. We have our cabin air. Pull that on or leave it off. What else do we have? We can disappear the yoke. And we can have our cylinder head temperature, oil temperature. We have a turn and slip coordinator. Jazzercroft, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in. Thank you for the Prime subscription. Very kind. Very kind. And, well, happy Monday. Vertical speed indicator. We have a pressure here. I don't know if that's vacuum or what. We'll figure it out now when we start her up. Airspeed indicator. Heading indicator. Altimeter. What's that for now? Fuel. And then we have a number of little buttons down here. Then we have our keys into our mags. We have our throttle. We have a mixture here somewhere. That's a mixture. And then we have a cabin heat. Park and brake is there as well. Remove the other yoke. And we have a number of other gadgets, including battery, alternator, fuel pump, radios, landing lights, beacon lights, and a transponder. That's pretty much all this thing is going to write about. There's not much else going on. It's a very simplified airplane. And it's only a little two-seater. But look at the old design. It's a bench. It's not even two individual seats, look. I could have sworn the windows in this opened.
Hello there.
I thought they did. But obviously they don't. Very strange. Badger's Drift, welcome in. Thank you very much indeed for the follow. Good to see you, man. Maybe I was raving. Maybe I was dreaming if these things open. But effectively, how the canopy opens, it's a sliding panel either side. They slide down to each side and they actually go back into the door, right? That's how they work. But I don't think they're modelled. I thought they were. I'm sure there's a click box somewhere, but sure, look, we won't worry about it. We do have a little EFB down here, which is handy. And what we can do, the fairings, so on the wheels at the moment, the wheels are just as they are, or we can put on the fairings, the wheel pants, effectively. And it's a very different looking aircraft with those on. And I'm going to leave them off for the moment. Panel colour, we can actually change the panel colour with this aircraft. So, you know, I like this customization. I would love to see other developers implement something like this. You know what I mean? Keen Lafford is here. Good to see you, Keen. So I'll go with the blue at the moment. Static elements, well, they're just your tie downs, chocks, all that sort of jazz. What's the deal with the canopy? I'm trying to think how this works. Does the whole thing slide back? It looks like it does. I don't know anymore. Right, what else? We have window cover, and then we have the cockpit vibrations. Will be shaking around or doing all their stuff, right? So, yeah, it's very, very nice. So save the options, close the tablet, and away we go. Now, out the left-hand side, I'm looking for click spots that aren't there. Out the left-hand side and the right-hand side, we can see where a fuel tank is, and this will give you an indication of the fuel level. So, for instance, I should probably do this somewhere that you might see it a little bit better. Let's do it this way, friends. Right. And zoom in. So if I were to add fuel to the situation in here, look. And I say, right, well, sure, the left-hand side, yeah? That's the right-hand side. See that moving? That's your fuel level on the aircraft. Isn't that pretty cool? That's pretty mad, right? I love that. I love that design, right? I love that design. Right, we'll go 80% in each. And see the way it bobs up then? It's just class, right? It's a nice little touch, that. And it's the same on the right-hand side. And then up the front, then we can probably look at... that's fuel as well. So, number of tanks. Both tanks. So, I wonder, is that oil or is that fuel? That's fuel. Okay. So, we fuel up the front as well. So, that's showing you the balance between both tanks, right? Screen wash, yeah. Test pilot, good to see it. Cruising speed of this aircraft, about 100 knots. We're not going to be going terribly fast on this one today, lads. Right, okay, so to get ourselves up and running. Battery. And we got our beacon and nav lights on. Mixture can go to rich. Open the throttle. Fuel pump.
Skoda. Buy a Skoda. 4. Only £1.30.
Jesus.
Skoda. Buy a Skoda. You might get a engine free when you think you're going fast. Then you see snail racing past.
Thank you for your contributions. Brilliant. Killer Nick, yes, we'll be on multiplayer here now in a moment. Another thing I want to show you, the aircraft doesn't feature a rudder pedal. This is a brake. So, how the aircraft moves with the rudder, no surprise, we use it, the yoke, and that's what we do, right? Brakes in command. Mark said about 100, so pick up something around 200. Yeah, that'll work. Now, is there a gadget for this aircraft? Let us have a look. Is there a manual, right? So, let's have a quick look. Flights and files, aircraft. Would it be vintage? Or just GA? BRSIM Designs, ERCO, documentation, 415. Nice. So it comes with its own manual. 8 pages of it. So some information about the aircraft. Rudder pedals, originally this add-on had rudder pedals, but the update, the rudder pedals were removed, and now the steering has been controlled by the yoke input, just like the real aircraft. Nice. Crosswind, takeoffs, that's all okay, that's all okay. Information about the airplane. These are where our click spots are, no doubt. Vacuum pressure, mags, altitude, cabin air, transponder, beacon lights. Fuel quantity indicator, nice. 3 of them. Airplane options, gear fairings, panel covers, so on and so forth. And then just some information about it. So it comes with a manual, which is a nice touch. We like that, lads. We like that. Right, okay, so we're going to get the aircraft started up. Are we ready? So, there's no primers now I can see. So our mags are going to go from left, right, both. We have fuel flow. So we shall say clear prop and go for a start. Are we ready? And that's all there is. So we're going to reset the barrel, reset our direction indicator, bring up the RPM a bit. Easy does it. Fuel pump off. Alternator on. Avionics on. Ah, would you look at it? Ah, would you look? So, flight control test. Look at all the shaking, rattling and rolling. You gotta love it. So when I move the aileron, the rudder moves. Right? Oh, it sounds lovely, doesn't it? Can we just focus on something cool here for the minute, right? Look at the vibration. Look at the plane shaking, including, look what the cowling is at the engine, right? Look very closely. See it rocking and rolling and shaking like a devil? You guys see that? Right? So you can see it on the tail, right? If I bring up the power, you'll see the thing getting fairly lively now. We ready? Watch this now. So like that's the airflow from the prop wash, and look how much force we can exert. We can nearly pull a wheelie on this thing. Look, hey, bouncy, right, nuts. So yes, she definitely does want to go. She wants to move, lads. She wants to fly. For the love of God, let the plane fly. Cockpit lighting, but again, that's only like a little dome light, and that's probably up there. We're looking at, yeah, that's the one there. So what else do we need to do in terms of flaps? No flaps, no cowlings, or no cowl flaps. So, it'd be fine, it'd be fine. So, we're on live weather, lads. So this is going to make things hilarious, right? What is the active runway and stuff? So, Piešťany, runway 01 is what they're going to give us. And that means we have a bit of a taxi onto Alpha, left on Bravo, and then line up and vait. Okay, so we're going to go off the parking brakes. So the engine that's powering this beautiful little machine, right? I'm not going to read this up at all. I know these things. The power plant, it is a Continental C75, a 4-cylinder air-cooled, horizontally opposed piston engine producing 75 horsepower. Ah, lads, it's only a baby of an engine, but the sounds are quite good. The airfoil is a NACA 43013. The airfoil is the shape of the wing, and if you do have a look at the wing, the shape is quite unique. I mean, it's your normal airfoil, right? But look at the cut of it. So, like, when the wind hits it, or air hits it, you'd have the laminar flow. But, like, look at the shape. It's its own NACA or NASA thing. Look at the pitot heat, or the pitot tube. Nuts. Very, very, very beautiful. So we're going to taxi our way on here now. Easy now. Turn the little plane with a yoke. You can still use your rudder pedals if you wish. So like, you know, there's some creature comforts built in. Oh yes, this is pretty. So I'll get multiplayer turned on here now in just a moment. It's so strange steering the aircraft with your ailerons. Look at the prop animation. Do you like it? Isn't it very pretty? Sounds are great as well. Beautiful. Yeah, a crosswind would make this thing like bananas now. Bananas. Right, so where's my charts? Ah, we're going the right way. Now, there's no instruments in terms of radio navigation, unfortunately. However, we can turn on your transponder there. We can use an autopilot that's built into the sim. It will work that, which is handy, right? Does it have rudder trim? I'm not sure. We'll find out when we're in the air. Okay, so it's gonna be a left turn here. Now we get all our lights on. Strobes on, not any lights on. Cabin air. I don't think there's any sound effects of those. We have aileron trim, or sorry, we have elevator trim. Circuit breakers are there, but they're not modelled. It's so strange being able to turn the aircraft like that. Weird, right? We're on the Southeast Asian server, Madood. I'll turn on multiplayer here now in a moment. Just want to get a run-up done first before we ramble on. Alright, turn ourselves facing the wind. There we go. Alright, so hold the brakes and we're going to give ourselves a bit of a run-up here. So we're going to test the mags, right? So bring up our RPM. All the way up. It's 15, 16, 1700. And let's do a mag check. Right mag. There's a drop of about 100 back to both. Left mag. There's a drop of about 100 back to both. And our carb heat, we should see a similar drop. There's a drop of about 75. Alright. Run up complete. Transponder active. Let's go flying. Hey, PS Marendai, good to see you, man. Alright. Multiplayer, let's be having you. Now, we'll probably get a bit of stuttering and stuff, but fear not, friends. Easy now, Jemima. Takes a little bit of takes a few moments to get used to this aircraft. Hey, we got some people over there, look. Alright, looking good. Easy does it. Get ourselves gently onto the active. Alright. Now, where's Wombat? I need to make sure we have model matching. We'll find out now in a moment. Alright, let the sim settle down. Just load in the all the other aircraft. Looking good. Okay, are we ready, friends? It is time to fly. So, power coming in. And the sim paused. Hold everything, don't move. Right, power coming in. Takeoff power set. Airspeed live. Oh, she's really tricky on takeoff. It's 40 knots. Coming up on 55. We're getting light. Yepsy daisy. Positive rate of climb. We're indicating the climb. trim. Not too much. Oh, look at this. What a beauty, lads. This is beautiful. Alright, so fly runway heading, and we'll just kind of circle around the area, give everyone a chance to get up airborne and moving. Oh, she's a devil to turn. Alright, temperatures and pressures are all in the green. Even our RPM is in the green and we're at full power. That's interesting. Speed is quite low. We knew it was going to be slow. But once we level out, all should be well in the realm. We got some beautiful aircraft here tonight. An F-35 is with us? It makes total sense. Right, friends, what we're going to do now? Well, if you're flying along, on the Xbox, press 1. If you're here on the PC, press 2. And if it's Monday and you just couldn't be bothered, well, you guys press number 3, and we'll get the first count of the night. Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1900 Zulu time, right here. All right. 34 on the PC, 3 on console. Wombat, I think my liveries are working. Brilliant. This is a little cracker, isn't it? Most unusual, lads. Most unusual. All right. Maybe find Rich starting at the next stop. Sweet. All right, okay, so we're going to cheat a bit. Let's bring up the autopilot. And we're going to say... what are we going to say? We can go nav mode. No, we can't. We can go autopilot on. Oh, don't tell me the autopilot doesn't work. Ah, Murphy, you big idiot. The autopilot doesn't work. Right? Fear not, friends. We can hand fly it. Balls. I thought the autopilot would work. It's not important. Really? Oh, Jesus, my arm is going to be knackered after this one, lads. Right, let's see what we can do here. Got ourselves tracking on course. Bit of manual flying. Now, what's our speed doing? 80 knots only. Be the Jesus then. Trimmage. And then some mixerage. There we go. A little bit more. Right, stop climbing, get the nose down, and get that airspeed up. And this is all about trimming. Yes, one must try and trim the aircraft. And let's see what we can do. Easy does it. Easy, easy. Speed is starting to come up a little bit. 89 knots. It's like we're going to win the race. Now, who's asking me about rudder trim? no rudder trim, but we have aileron trim. Okay. Right, keep that nose down, so let's see what we can do here. It's very twitchy on the controls. You see, everything is linked together. So when you move, is there not like a switch to disengage the rudder? No. When you move the yoke, it's engaging your rudder as well, which is interesting. Trim is your friend. Sim, Mr. Egan, absolutely. Good to see you, man. Alright, so we're just focusing now on getting the airplane trimmed out a little bit as we head directly back over the airport. 92 knots. I think we're only going to cruise at around 90, lads. Did you have any plans for this evening? It's going to be a long one. Right. We're almost there. We're almost trimmed. Just under 2,500 feet. And we're heading roughly in the right direction. We're on live weather, so we'll see what happens. Time of day. I have it set to 1812 local. 1812 local. So we'll keep this little turn going there. Look at this beautiful plane, though. Isn't it gorgeous, isn't it? The state of it. So we'll keep an eye on our trims here as we're pedaling along, do you know? And using a bit of aileron trim to help us out. Easy does it. Easy does it. Something like that. I'm picking up a radio beacon. I don't know what my nav radio is tuned into, but we're picking up with something. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So the first leg of this flight, not terribly far, 37 nautical miles down until we get to Bratislava. Then we have a 40 mile, then we have a 60 mile. So each leg gets a little bit bigger as we fly along the route. And just try and get ourselves trimmed out here a little bit now. Nose up a smidgen. There we go. Fuel tank is set to both, so we're good. And just let the airplane steady out. 94 knots. Do I have headphone simulation on? Oh, it's off. Alright. Look at this, all the planes. This is gorgeous. Right, what direction are we heading now? Want to be going right a little bit. And keep that trim roughly where it is now. Alright, so we're just kind of cruising along, keeping an eye on our fuel. Look at all the engine vibrations. Now you can turn all this stuff off if you wish. Go back down here to our tablet. So see the way like the main glare shield and your main panel is hopping around the place? We can turn that on or off, which is handy. Alright. So we're pretty well trimmed here now at the minute. And I'll keep a very slight right turn coming in because we are being affected by a bit of windage. Right, a little bit of windage. That's awesome. Okay. So 93 knots. 2,500 feet. Mad buildings here. Mad stuff. We flew here months ago in the sim. Months and months ago. And I think it got an update in terms of photogrammetry and stuff. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, this airplane, well, let's find out about it. The ERCO Ercoupe is an American low-wing monoplane aircraft that was first flown in 1937. Originally manufactured by the Engineering and Research Corporation, ERCO, shortly before the Second World War. Several other manufacturers continued its production after the war, and the final model, it was known as the Mooney M10, first flew in 1968, and the last model year was 1970. It was designed to be the safest fixed-wing aircraft that aerospace engineering could provide at the time, and the type continues to enjoy a faithful following. Fred Weck, it looks like, W-E-I-C-K. In 1931, aeronautical engineer Fred Weck, as Assistant Chief of the Aeronautics Division of the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, NACA, or NASA, in 1934 he asked permission to build an aircraft based on the 1931 Stout Skycar. using fabric instead of aluminium covering, and control modifications based on the NACA research. He and a group of co-workers designed and assembled an experimental aircraft with a group of his colleagues who worked on the project in their spare time, and they even paid for it themselves. The resulting aircraft, known as the W1, featured a tricycle landing gear, parasol wing, and a pusher propeller configuration. A parasol wing is what you would have seen on the likes of on the Spitfire and so on, right? The Ercoupe E is silent, so it's Ercoupe. But that Americans say coupe, Europeans say coupe, and it's a French word, so I imagine we know better. Right? Hello? Where did everyone go? Murphy insulted half his audience. I didn't insult them, I just said we say coupe, right? But anyway, Fred listed the W1 design goals that were tested in later seminars. Tricycle landing gear with castering nose wheel, steerable if desired, suitable longitudinal and lateral stability with a limited up elevator deflector to prevent loss of control due to stalls and spins, a glide control flap, and 2 control operated using controls for pitch and roll. In 1934, the Bureau of Air Commerce approached his team looking for the standards for a competition for a safe and practical $700 aircraft. $700! Right? Jesus. He later left NACA in 1936 and joined the Engineering and Research Corporation, ERCO, fledgling aircraft team as the chief designer, primarily to continue improving his aircraft design. Focusing his efforts on a number of design issues, primarily the simplicity and safety, he strove to create reasonably priced aircraft that would not stall or spin. Retaining the tricycle gear for ease of manoeuvring on the ground and limited stall spin features, he switched to a low-wing monoplane configuration in the new model, powered by an engine in a tractor configuration. The ERCO 310 included a fully cowled engine, made his first flight in 1937. Ooh. It was the first aircraft certified by the Civil Aeronautics Administration as characteristically incapable of spinning. So they actually signed off on the aircraft to say, yeah, no, it doesn't spin. We must have to try that. Acar says, Murph, did you see the post from Just Flight about the RJ? Hopefully releasing soon. Oh, nice. There's a terrible long pause.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Boss man, you divil. Welcome in. Yeah, the RJ looks amazing, doesn't he? Or doesn't it? I had an Audi 80 coupe, great car. Oh yes, oh yes. But yeah, that's nuts. It was the first aircraft certified as characteristically incapable of spinning. The first Ercoupe, serial number 1 NC 15692, built in 1939, was donated to the National Air and Space Museum, and in 1941 that aircraft, designated as YO55, was used in US Army Air Force testing. The two-seat Ercoupe 415, or Ercoupe, this aircraft, or very close to it, went on sale in 1940. Life magazine described the aircraft as nearly foolproof and showed pictures of a pilot landing with his hands in the air. Only 112 were delivered prior to the Second World War, and inevitably all civilian aircraft were paused during that period. The 415 resumed sales in 1945. Some 4,300 were sold at a cost of about $2,600. That was the same price. That was the same price as it was in 1941. At its peak, ERCO were turning out 34 of these aircraft a day. Maverick says, chat, I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and I'm jet lagged. Any tips? What time is it now, Maverick? What is your local time now? I had a Hillman Imp. Had a wheel at each corner. Lovely. The Hillman Imp. My dad had one of those. Let me see now. Aeronca obtained the license type to produce this aircraft. They called it the 12 AC Chum in 1946. Sanders Aviation also had a license, as did Univair. I'll show you some of the pictures here now. It also saw some use during the Second World War as a military aircraft designated as the Model 415c. It's 5:07 a.m. Wait now, what? It's 5:07 a.m. and you woke up at 3:30 a.m. Stay awake. Stay up. Go to bed early-ish tonight, but stay awake. Don't go back to sleep. That'll just... You'll be shanked. Do you know? So let me see. Crew of 1. Power plant to Continental C-75. Maximum speed of the aircraft 96 knots. Cruise at 83. Stall speed 42. Range of just 300 miles. Service ceiling 13,000 feet. It's a little baby of a plane. We're bringing up Wikipedia here. So that's it there in the flesh. That's the real aircraft. It's a beautiful little plane, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So his W1, that was the prototype, the W1. And then he said, no, I'm going to put the wing design as a low wing design. Right? And that was the twin seater. Look at it though. It's a beautiful little plane. Post-war sales. When you drive a car, you have to coordinate footwork and handwork. When you fly your Ercoupe, your hand on the wheel is enough. There's no footwork in the spin-proof, the world's safest plane. Ah, brilliant. Ercoupe's spin-proof safety design results in simplified operation. A single steering wheel guides the Ercoupe up and down, banks and turns left and right. Makes banks safer, easier, reduces learning time by 1/3. Sturdy, all-metal construction, tricycle landing gear, economical operation, low maintenance costs. That came from the ERCO Corporation out of Riverdale in Maryland. You gotta love it. Get up in an Ercoupe and go. Announcing 2 new models, the world's safest plane. The world's safest plane. That's deadly, isn't it? Oh, yes. It's a little... Oh, look at that. That's the military version. Oh, that's pretty as well, though, isn't it?
Hello there.
Hello there. Takeoff, America's first rocket-assisted fixed-wing aircraft. What? On the 12th of August 1941, the first US Army Air Force rocket-assist takeoff was made by a right field test pilot, Homer Boucher. They put a rocket on the thing. That's nuts. An additional Ercoupe was evaluated by the Royal Air Force. The aircraft was serial number 4784 and it carried the Royal Air Force markings of VX-147, polished all metal with the RAF roundels. The Ercoupe, it's a type certified aircraft and it could be flown by sport pilots with a light sport model. That's mad. Rocket assisted takeoff. What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to strap a big rocket onto the back of a little plane here. You can do what? Yeah, totally safe. Totally safe. Ah, look at this, lads. So, the collection of aircraft we have flying with us today. We have a couple of Vans RV8s. Is that Wombat and is this actually working? Where's Wombat? He was there a while ago. Wait, now he's probably following the actual flight. Everyone's over that way. I'm gone the long way. Totally fine. Jeez, I could have sworn I saw Wombat. Or, Wombat. But the RV8 livery is working, look. Do. Some beautiful aircraft here. Here's Olsen.
Hello there.
You'll be doing well to keep up with that thing, lads. You'll be doing well, I tell you. Hey, team is here. Good to see you. Your name tag doesn't come up for me. I'm probably hidden. I'm ahead of you eating a sandwich. Come on, Wombat. Is the sandwich nice, though? You know, that could be our airport ahead of us. We'll keep plodding along, right? Sai 120 is here. Good to see you. What's more impressive is they put a rocket, or the pilot actually saying yes to that. Yeah. Nuts. The real men of genius in those days. Even today I saw a jet engine on a covered wagon because that's how we roll. In America, we put rockets on stuff, then use it in the military. Isn't it brilliant? I always thought the world's safest plane would have been a paper plane. The world's safest if you don't fly in it, right? Isn't it mad? I think that's mad. It handles, like, what I like about this aircraft, it handles like no other. Like, I'm only barely putting control input here. Barely putting in control input. And just see how immediately responsive the airplane is. So much so, it's almost unstable. Like, we talk about a coordinated turn, right? But because you have the rudder moving with the aileron. Very, very interesting, lads. Very interesting. It was very pretty. Jessica Cox flies this plane, and she was the first armless pilot. Armless pilot, Jesus. Health and safety alert, Command Nutty Slack. You can get paper cuts on a paper plane. Yes. World best safe plane is the one that never moves off the ground. An armless pilot though, that's incredible. I found the Cherokee 140 stable too, but it didn't take much to turn. Yeah. That's all well, but can it land on a truck roof? What aircraft did that? Was that the Cub, was it? Like, it's only a teeny tiny plane. It's very beautiful though. I love the characteristics. I mean, look at the tail shaking there, like it's like a dog that got wet and it's shaking, or a cat. Ooh, right? There, you'll be alright. Okay. I believe it was the Cub that landed on the truck. A J3. Yeah, you saw it. Nice. Yeah, the J3 Cub landed on... That's nuts, isn't it? And then they do something else with a bus. They used an old school bus, an American school bus. And it landed on that as well, I think. I think that... Something like that. But yeah, like, I mean, what more do we want from an aircraft like this? Well, a little autopilot would be handy. Like, in terms of the navigation stuff, we're very limited. This is visual flight rules only. Meaning, we've no other way to navigate. There's no sat-nav, there's no GPS, there's no radio navigation. Nothing. We can talk to ATC, but that's it. We can't follow any procedures or otherwise. Oh, we could use a map and hand fly it, but that's it. Also, this plane has actual rotating beacons. Ooh. It does actually, yeah. Here's the thing, right? Because I don't know why the... if I'm looking at the model, it looks as if the window is open there, doesn't it? Maybe I'm raving. Because we can see the window on the front. But I can't really see a reflection or glass. See that? Oh, you can actually, I beg your pardon. But this side you can't, or can you? Oh, you can. Oh, you can. Alright. Now here's the thing, can I use radio... Jesus, Murphy. Can I use radio navigation if I use a GTN 750? Saber says, interesting about the coordinated rudder and aileron. The PC-12 does that too, so I guess there's something to it. Yeah. Stellar window cleaners, right? Like, I can see the reflections on the panel there. So, no, it does work. This is from BRSIM. Yes, indeed. Talking of cats, my wife asked me to ask you, how is your Moggy? Our Moggy? We just have a cat. We call her Cat. I don't know where she is. She's upstairs somewhere. Now, is this our airport right ahead of us, lads? I think it is. So, I'd say we're flying straight in. Easy. Let's have a look to see, can we get the whatchamacallit? Let's see, can we get some radio navigation using the GTN 750, shall we? Just for pig iron. Because there should be... do we have VOR? So we have the Janovis VOR off to our left-hand side, 110.8, right? So we've nav 110.8. Let's pick it up there. Now, in terms of getting a heading, so I can see it's the Jan Via War, which is over here, but I'm not getting a radial for this. Course 216 090. Kind of is, look. So we're 6.5 miles to the right of it. Yeah, no, it is. That works. All right, I didn't know that. I didn't know you can do that. All right, that's pretty sweet. We can use the GTN 750 in-sim panel if we want to throw in a bit of radio nav. That's kind of handy. Didn't think we can do that. All right, sweet. I was going to say try. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? Now, is this our airport ahead of us? I'm not convinced. There's an ADF in front of us. Handy. Yeah, that's the airport, all right. Jesus, Bratislava, big airport. Right, we can look, see how it reacts so quick. Right, we'll use this. Let's see here now. That doesn't want to move. Every 15 minutes you need to adjust your owl heading indicator. Gyro drift is the thing. Do you know? Yeah, it looks like a squat torque. I wasn't convinced there, but no, it looks like it's the one. Ah, Wombat, we have you in your livery, look. Brilliant. Jesus. Do you have a glider with us? Who's in the glider, lads? Or is that Robbie? Is the other gadget not installed? Robbie, I probably don't have the Proto installed if you're flying that. No, it's a glider, look. We don't see many gliders on our group flights. Fair play to you, far away. But that's also kind of sad. Why is that, Murph? Because a glider can keep up with us? Shh, it's fine. Right, say nothing now. Mind your ears, lads. Oh, look at this. Look at the state of that. Right, there's the VOR. Yeah, we have it. Wait, that's not VOR. That's an outer marker light. I've nothing to tell me what it is, but it's an outer marker beacon. Right, power coming back a small bit. And our first stop of the night, friends. That was the shortest leg as well. Long wingus, yeah. I'm in the Proto, but it wasn't me. Alright. Let's fly straight in for our first stop here. And we'll see how we get on from here. Now, if I timed this right, we're going to have a beautiful sunset arrival into Budapest. Looking forward to this one, lads. Roy is in a TBM way behind us. No worries. Flew the TBM on Saturday. Colonel Fork is here. When did the wing desires arrive? Huzzah! Good to see you, Colonel Fork. I hope you're well, my dude. Next week at 5. At 11:15. Yes. Alright. Let's see what we can do with the landing. Bratislava doesn't have photogrammetry? I thought it did. No? Alright. This is a challenge, lads. The controls are so twitchy. You're talking like, you know, precise movements. Alright, let's see what we can do. We're fairly hooning it, but, you know. It's a massive runway. No challenge here. Easy. I'd nearly, like, it's not necessarily a touch and go, but, like, we're not going to be on the ground long here. I just found another HUD switch on my joystick. I didn't know that was a HUD switch. Jesus. That's the inner marker. Easy. Small bit of a crosswind. She was definitely meant for fair weather flying and not a lot of wind. Oh, absolutely. Josh, airport code? I know. Lima Zulu India Bravo. Alright, easy. Jeez. There's a pause. Go away, Sim, with your long pauses. How is this going to happen now? We're carrying a lot of speed, so I need to bleed that off. Easy. Oh wow, with the rudder built into the yoke, you have the finest movement with the brakes. Like, it's the slightest input on your controls has a massive impact on the aircraft. With any real wind, I prefer to be in the 152, yeah. Or a 172. Oh, that was fun landing that. Alright, on the brakes, get ourselves turned around. On the grass here a little bit. They won't mind if you go on the grass. We rang ahead. Great sounds in this thing, isn't there? Alright. Jesus, do we actually have a Mooney flying with us? We do! Who's in the Mooney? Ah, look at the Mooney. Someday we'll fly that machine again. Someday. Just thinking along the lines of two small two-place aircraft. Beg your pardon. Just thinking along the lines of small two-place aircraft. Yeah. Look at the prop animation. Sweet. Beautiful. Fierce Wolf is in the chopper. How are you liking the chopper, Fierce Wolf? I flew that on VATSIM yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. There's Bossman. Reading and English are hard, indeed. I show up as a Bonanza Murph. Do you not have the Wilga? I do have the Wilga. Of course I have the Wilga. The Wilga is friggin' awesome. My model matching hasn't, like... I've no idea. Alright, get ourselves turned around. Hey, Bellbro, good to see you. Watch the turn. It's like driving a car. Just turn the yoke. Okay. It's time to go flying once again. Are we ready, sports fans? Power coming in. If you ever wanted to know when you're in a propeller plane, general aviation, how long between 0 to full power, it should always be 3 seconds. 3 Mississippis. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, and that's how long it should take you to advance the throttle. Or at least that's what I was told in the real world when it came to Cessnas. Anything faster than that, you can damage it. Anything slower than that, well, you're just making Greta unhappy. Upsy daisy. Pause the rate. Now there we go. Do you have the Cowan H125? I do, Hulk. Do you recommend buying it from the marketplace for full price? It's a great chopper, man. Cowan Sim make nice choppers. Ramble over this way. I think this is another Drzevki airport. Interesting. Oh, yes. Greta is always unhappy. Man, look at that Huey. That's awesome, lads. That is beautiful. Do you know what I just realised? I have my road traffic on 100%. So we should be seeing loads of cars somewhere. Really hope they update that. Let's do a spot of old cruising, lads. What do you reckon? Yes, Murph. A bit of the divilly old cruising. So we're overflying Bratislava. This is kind of pretty, isn't it? Kind of pretty. Jesus. That music was shocking loud, wasn't it? What were you thinking, Murphy? Bloody hell. What's it? Careful now. What's this do? Oh, hang on. We'll find one. Chase the tail going for ages. Yes. Yeah, tries on our 6. Nice. Look at the state of that, lads. Isn't that absolutely brilliant? You've been in an Irish pub in Bratislava? No way! That's incredible. Hang on, I'm looking for a bit of tunage. Hang on. Hang on now. This kind of works. Such a nice plane just to be rambling around in, isn't it? Man, we have so many beautiful airplanes with us tonight. Look at that. It's just lovely looking. It's a huge city, look. Everything over there in the background, look. Holy crap, it's huge. Massive, sprawling city. And this time of day, look at the cut of it, lads. Ooh, look at the fancy castle. Does everyone have that castle? Do we need to use Ireland FS? No. The Cowan stuff flies independently. Does everyone have that castle? I'm just saying now, like, there's a bit of a right. There's a bit of a. Can we actually make it down with the plane fit? It probably won't. Can we like get into the gardens a bit? We'll never be able to take off though. I know. Take us down good and low, right? That's beautiful looking, isn't it? Get down here now a little bit. Oh, Jesus, big boss. He was committed. That is stunning. Look at that. Jesus, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Jesus, we're absolutely hooning it in our little airplane. Jesus. Oh, that's gorgeous looking. Yeah, probably not a good idea to land in there now. I was just looking at the gardens. It's like, no, we'll get in, but we'll never get out again. Do you know? Jesus, it's only beautiful, isn't it? You see, choppers for the win. Choppers for the win. Mind the gate. Jeez, it's pretty Asian looking. Oh, that's beautiful. Man, you gotta love this sim, don't you? Paparazzi, no one saw that at all. It's totally fine. That is gorgeous looking. Right, quick, let's get out of here before they call the fuzz. Reports of loads of airplanes flying shocking low, upsetting the owner of the castle. Yep. Phone is hopping, Murph. Right, Jesus, all the road traffic I have. I turned it up to 100%, and you should never do that. But listen, it's set now, so let's see what we need to do. Right, the next leg we can follow on the river here to our left-hand side. We'll use that as our VF4 or visual reference point, a VRF. It's a 40-mile hike down to the city of Győr. So we'll do that. Left turn a little bit, and we'll follow on the river. Low and slow, friends. Low and slow. I went in through the bathroom window. Yeah, there was a few landmarks in the Bratislava, or in Bratislava from the World Update. That's nice, isn't it? Hulk, if you're looking for the best chopper to fly in the sim, the most automated is the H160. And I think one that has the best modelling and handling characteristics is either the Huey or the Alouette. The Chinook is brilliant as well. Anything from Airland, or not Airland, anything from Flying Side is brilliant as well. Now is it this river here? Yes. You see, friends, that is no ordinary river. That river is the It's the Danube, the blue Danube. So we'll rumble along this for the moment as we head down to the city of Győr. This is gorgeous, look. You're going to be on that next year? Nice. The blue Danube. That's gorgeous. The Nube River. No, the blue Danube. Danube. I see what you did there now. Jesus, lads, there's a tiny little touch and go we can do in the field just beside the blue Danube. I'm just saying. We can get all can-do up in this business, look. Bus flying extreme. Or maybe not land it. The challenge is get down as low as possible without actually landing. Yeah, this is totally safe, Murph. Not a bother at all. Jesus, you don't have to tell the fireflies twice. Look, they're straight in there. Mother of Jesus. Straight into it, lads. Yeah. And, oh, Jesus. And don't hit the ground. It's like a levee or something, or maybe it's a wall. Nice. Yeah, it's just cruising along here. Nothing to see. Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, Jesus. This plane is not designed for this. Easy now. How low can you go? We're pretty low now. Oh, fallen tree. God almighty. More trees. Ooh. Steady. Oh, Jesus. This is nice. Ooh. Easy. Easy. This is deadly. Handing out. Look at that, lads.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy,
Jesus!
snooze.
Who did that? Squawk Torque. Not cool at all. You frightened the bejesus out of me. Oh, wow. You can actually kick up some dust. Check it out. Later that day, they realised that Murph shouldn't have been flying. Easy now. I want to kick up some dust. We're not going fast enough. Oh, wait now. Easy. Yes! We're kicking up some dust! Yup, you devil you. Brilliant. Fantastic, lads. Fantastic. Jesus, it's like that all the way around the river. That's awesome. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Right, remain on course. We need to get to our second spot. This is gorgeous. Look how low the sun is. Right? Oh, look at that. Not a pilot. Jesus, he's doing some job down there, isn't he? Look at that. He's in a Duke as well. Is not a pilot. There's Van Johnson. It's like a levee. It's to stop it from flooding, I'd say, is it? Interesting. Oh man, that's gorgeous. All the little villages. Don't mind us. We're heading to somewhere else. Oh man, I cannot wait for flights in 2024. I can't wait for it because, like, what you see out the window now is going to be better. Sunjammer, what a beautiful specimen of an aircraft you've brought along. DC-6. I meant to fly that at the weekend, I never got a chance. I would say we're 30 miles to go. How are we going on time? Ooh. I have a question about your head tracking. Did you configure it just for movement? Looks like it's not moving forward and backwards when you turn it on. So, yes. What I do with the eye tracker from Tobii, I have it set up, right? So if I want to move forward, it will move forward, or I can move back. But I've limited it quite a bit. I can move across in my seat as well. The tilt is pretty sharp. And then the turning, I've dialed it down a smidgen because there's a dead center that I don't want the thing. So see the way I'm moving my head? It won't pick that up. I need to really kind of exaggerate head movements because otherwise it just constantly moves. And I've noticed that, you know, some of my streams have noticed that if I'm doing this crack all the time, it doesn't make for the most pleasant of viewing. Right. So you can kind of dial it down a little bit. Noise complaints. Why, here at Firefly Air, we laugh at noise complaints. Hashtag marketing. See B. Carlo's post about flights in 24. Whereabouts, Super Ty? Oh, look at the shadows there, look.
Captain, how soon can you land?
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
I'm always serious and don't call me Shirley. Alright. Cruising along the Danube, where would you get it? Now we could follow the Danube all the way down into Budapest, but we're going to cut across country here soon. So we can follow the Danube down to Győr. I tried the demo of BMI Tracker. I had the same sick feeling using it, so I was curious. So, Prius Mirandai, there's like 20% off Tobii at the moment, and mine is set now that you just don't have any of that kind of fast motion that can upset you. So as I said, if I'm going to look around the cockpit, I'll make it very, very deliberate. And then you do have a dead zone, so if you're making small head movements, the thing isn't freaking out. They don't sell it in Brazil. Sure, can you get it shipped somewhere else maybe? Epic Fool is here! Good to see him, my dude! How were the holidays? Super Typhon said, I think I'm going to hold off on buying anything for Microsoft Flight Sim. Just a few months left until 2024 comes out. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of people in the same boat. I am confident everything's going to work. To what extent, that remains to be seen. But like, I've seen and heard enough from Microsoft on Asobo, watching all the dev updates and at Expo. Aircraft and scenery wise, aircraft especially, like, it'll work. How well will it work? Well, that's the question. It was hot, 30 plus. It was 33 degrees one day. Jesus. I paid plus or minus 80% taxes to import it. Ah, Jesus. Have you any holidays coming up? Like, do you know, do you have the chance to go to another country and get one out there? Do you think we don't need GSX? Looking at the trailer, and again, I'm only guessing, but looking at the trailer that they showed us, and you can see people walking in the jetway, to me, that is GSX. Why are they going to go off and develop their own version of GSX? Considering GSX has its own walk-around first-person mode already built in as, like, you know, beta, or maybe that's FS Realistic. One of them have it anyway. Have you looked at Grass Monkey? It's the one that Edson uses. I know Edson uses a head tracker, all right. I haven't checked out that one though. Tobii is very, very good, but like, there are alternatives, especially if you're in an area that you just can't really get your hands on it. You know what I mean? So like the beam tracker or whatever it is, like, there's settings in your sim that you can really control that, and again, calm down the effects. You know what I mean? Old man question, is there any way to see proper aircraft in the fly along other than buying aircraft? Lead Ballooner, there's an add-on called Model Matching M3. It's a freeware add-on you can get for the sim. I haven't used it in a long time. Multiplayer model matching. This gadget here. And basically, this is going to look at all your aircraft. Alright? And then what you can do, it will then change other aircraft to what you have. So instead of coming up with, like, you know, the default mad looking Finanzas, it will load in aircraft that you have. Danny Malloy made that add-on. It's very, very good. But it'll only show, hey, we're getting flashed. It'll only show you aircraft you have installed. Energizer's here. I'm sure I missed no shenanigans at all. None whatsoever. It's been practically perfect in every single way. But like that the multiplayer model matching. Again, we're looking at flights in 2024. What are our options going to be, right? York said they were adding in a ton of new models. So you're not going to just have, you know, 2 or 3 different types of GA, 1 or 2 mad looking airliners that don't really look like anything. You know what I mean? And like, helicopters won't be freaking bonanzas, right? But it'll be interesting. It'll only load in default aircraft unless you go through the extra steps to use third-party aircraft you have. Yeah. But no, but that add-on allows you to do all of those things. So you can say, right, the source aircraft, matching enabled, and then a target aircraft. So you can say, okay, I want the Astro 1 to appear as this, for instance. Assign selected aircraft to target. Now, there's another way you can do it as well. You could use a program called JoinFS, right? Again, it's free. So JoinFS, and here's the thing, lads. I really think we're going to be using JoinFS with flights in 2024. In terms of having a group flight, right? JoinFS currently allows pilots flying on X-Plane, P3D, FSX and Microsoft Flight Simulator to show up in any of those simulators. So for example, if you were flying along in P3D, if you were connected to JoinFS, we would see you and you would see us, even though you're on P3D. If you were on X-Plane, for example, well, it's the very same. If you have JoinFS working on X-Plane and you're connected to us, we can see you and you can see us. And then some of the options that we have in JoinFS, well, we can change what other aircraft look like. Not only that, but there's an entire world of shared cockpit. So if you wanted, you could actually share your aircraft with someone else using JoinFS, and we can jump in and use your controls. This bit of software, which is freeware, and we have our own server, with a massive thanks to Naughty Gnome, we have our own server, the TTM Flying Circus, and it's always on. It's always on. What we can do with this, you could very much stay with Flight Sim 2020, and other people could be in Flight Sim 24, and the idea is this is how we can link all the flights together. So what I'm saying to you, as a community who most of our flights are around the multiplayer aspect. I mean, that's what we do, yeah? Like, realism when it comes to aircraft separation and ATC, it goes out the window. We're just a group of folks flying along, experiencing the world that Microsoft have created. And we like to do so by loading in our favorite aircraft or a particular aircraft we're going to experiment with. We want to be able to see each other. We want to see the skills, the messing, the lack of skills, right? That's what we do. So I strongly think this is going to be an option when Flight Sim 2024 comes out. Like, we still have it. If we were to turn off the multiplayer service right now in Microsoft Flight Sim and just use JoinFS, you'll see aircraft connecting and you'll see them in the sim. And the beauty with that is you can change what those aircraft look like, and you can kick them off if they're acting the maggot, which are, they're kind of stuff I would like, not necessarily like, but like, you know, if we had the controls, you're flying in a Cessna and like next thing a 747 just wants to troll you, and if you have a button you can press it, it'll get rid of it. You know what I mean? That's the stuff we want, do you know? What messing are you talking about, Murphy? Just like if there was someone there trolling you, you know. So what model matching am I using right now? I use the Sims model matching. But the reality is I have every aircraft. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know how many aircraft I have installed. I've 93 outside of the sim plus everything in the sim. You know, the nice thing about LRM and FS Hub is that JoinFS integrates well. Yeah, 100%. Now, the problem is, right, you can have the right aircraft, but then someone chooses a different livery. If you don't have that livery, for whatever reason, it doesn't load the aircraft. It defaults back to, you know. Bossman says, we need proximity voice chat in 2024. Well, again, you're going to have certain options. I mean, VATSIM is there. Okay, you can't really just have an old voice chat with VATSIM, right? That's pad upside down in an RV8. He's going for the Australian view. There's another one called SimCom X that works with flight what's that called? Flight Tracker, I think it's called. But there's another program there that you can use, and it's called SimCom X, and it works well, you know. Marcelots, welcome in. Thank you very much indeed for the follow. Good to see you. Look, there's plenty of third-party options when it comes to the, you know, to our flights. But I wouldn't get too worried just yet. Let's wait and see when the sim comes out. Let's see, you know, what works and what doesn't work. There's Fierce Wolf up there. You know what I mean? having so many different aircraft, like it's resource heavy, you know. There are also talk channels on our Discord, correct and right. Thank you, Scott. So like when it comes to like chatting or whatever on Discord, and that works on Xbox as well. That's a great way to do it. So if you're saying proximity, well, you know, I mean, you can create your own voice channel on Discord or just jump onto any of the multiplayer channels. But I know what you're saying. Wouldn't it be cool if you were to speak and it's picking your voice up like as if you were on a radio? There are ways to do that using SimCom X. It's a bit tricky to set up. And there's actually another way I can link SimCom X back into Discord and then back in again. But it does a lot of setting up on that. And it doesn't work terribly well. It's alright, but like, you know. Just wondering how many existing APIs in 20 there will be in 24. Everything we have currently plus a few more, I'd say. It's the same base engine, right? I think the actual wording from Microsoft it is a heavily developed Asobo engine, or heavily matured, or something like that. So what they're saying is, okay, listen, this engine, they can't do anything more with it. It's pretty much full. All right, take the core and then move it to something else and try and build up on that again. Now that could be just all marketing spiel. It could well be marketing spiel. Microsoft are a business, they could earn a few quid, right? But there's no doubt about it. Certainly looking at the trailers of what Flight Sim 2024 is all about, along with the features that they're giving us, which is this sim only better with a career mode built in. That's what it looked. I mean, that's it, right? So it'll be very, very interesting to see how they pull it off. Currently, we have left Slovakia on the left and Hungary is to our right. Ooh, look at us, we're touring. Tiny bridge. Cars driving on the tiny bridge. Jesus. Am I going to regret this? Easy. Easy. Ooh, under the bridge. Up you devil you. Oh no, there's been a terrible accident. Your mama has crashed. Brilliant. Clean up on aisle 7. Wait, what? Right. We're nearly there now. We're nearly at our second stop. This is exciting. But like, either way, lads, I'm just super excited because, maybe you're like me. You know, you might, a game or a sim will just take up all your time. You get so engrossed and immersed in it. And then you kind of step back. You go off to something else, and you know that's it. This sim is the first game simulator. It's the first anything that has caught my full attention, and it's not like I'm happy with it now. No, I want more. What else can I do? What else can this do? Like, we're 4 years with this platform already, and like, if Asobo Microsoft turned around and said, yeah, like, if they weren't going to bring out a Flight Sim 2024 and all the hype around it, we'd still be happy out flying what we're flying. We'd be happy out. Sure, we're looking for updates and dev updates and all this jazz, but they've replicated the entire planet on a one-to-one scale. Mind-blowing, right? It's mind-blowing. Will 2024 fix the cars in the water at the bridges? It's possible. They know that's an issue. They did say with the new scenery, it's going to be... they've new data for a lot of the world scenery, right? So, I mean, it could, right? It could. Is it going to come out squeaky clean without any bugs? Doubt it. Highly doubt it. Is it going to be just fingers crossed? Is it something that's just going to be absolutely incredible based on what we have now, only better? That's what I'm hoping for. Gibbo kind of coined this very well. It wasn't a revolution. It's an evolution of the platform. Now, others would argue, no, they've revolutionized it with Flight Sim 2024. I suppose until we see it, we can't really say much. But the platform definitely evolving. And to be a part of that, it's absolutely incredible. We're going to get to see, you know, the most advanced, visually stunning simulator in the world. Like, we are going to have access to that. We can get into, you know, a more generalized, well, yeah, look, it's great world simulation. They're you know, they're tweaking the weather systems, the amount of aircraft that's going to be made available. Who knows? Like, I still think third-party developers, you know, you want that aircraft, that's why you're going to be interested in it. How many aircraft are sitting in your hangar that you're all hyped about, you bought, and they are good, but you just don't fly them anymore? Like, too many things is not necessarily a good thing. Having a choice is great and all, but, like, you know, I will say this, any of the aircraft on the Premium Deluxe that came out with Flight Sim 2020, apart from the Cessna 172 steam gauge, you know. When is the next big announcement due? Hey Hammy, good to see you. There's to be a dev discussion later on this month, so there'll be a live stream on that. So once they tell us more, we'll know more, you know? Sunjammer, yeah, 100%. Only two planes I like in the Premium Deluxe, the 172, the 787 and the Longitude. Yeah, I agree. Now, the sceneries were lovely. Murph, am I going to do Across the Pond? When is it epic? Is it in November? I voted anyway. I might do it for the crack, yeah. Is it near the release of Flight Sim 24 though? Where's the airport? Oh Jesus, it's over here. Hang on, we'll head her to the airport. This is our second stop of the night. Let us ramble. Jeez, this is a beautiful area, isn't it? It's going to be a nighttime arrival into Budapest, lads. If our PC runs Microsoft Flight Sim, it'll run 2024. Will we need to buy a new one? Briggsy, everything you have at the moment, it'll run it. There's not a hope Microsoft are going to release Flight Sim 2024 that won't be able to run on today's current PC specs, including minimum specs. You know, they're not going to do that. Now, does that mean someone who came from a 2080 Ti during the alpha, wait. Yeah. No. I had a 1080, then I got a 2080 Ti for the alpha of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then I went to a 3080. Now I have a 4090. You don't go higher than a 4090 at the minute, unless you look at AMD and they're doing all sorts of cool stuff, right? So I'd be confident that the rig that I have now currently should run the sim exactly like this is running right now. There has never been a flight sim from Microsoft in the history of flight sims from Microsoft that when you buy it out of the box, you can max the settings and your PC is going to be grand. That has never happened. A flight sim, for whatever reason, has always melted PCs in terms of performance. It's like it required infinite performance. It also needs to run on Xbox with existing hardware, yes. But this is the thing, and this is the crucial thing, right? Sebastian mentioned they want to use the cloud to do all the heavy lifting, and they don't just mean storage. They're talking about, you know, render the graphics, render everything, and just stream you the data. That's what they work. That's how the thing works. So, you know, when you look at Xbox Cloud Gaming and you can use Microsoft Flight Sim, me and Gibbo ran an experiment. We were getting 60 FPS over New York City using a potato PC. As in, it was a rubbishly spec'd PC. But we had a decent internet connection. And we were getting full graphics, 60 FPS over New York City. That's the technology that's in front of us. So it's how they managed to make the whole thing work together remains to be seen. And as I said, is it going to come out of the shop with no bugs? Highly unlikely. Is it going to infuriate the absolute bejesus of us? Absolutely. Are we going to love it? Without a question. We're just going to. If it's this sim only better, and it's on that pretense, it's this sim only better. We're going to love it.
Oh, Jesus.
You're over Wi-Fi? What's your Wi-Fi speed? Crappy one says Microsoft Flight Sim Cloud works fine. Yeah, I haven't used it in ages. I ran on a 970 for years. It was fine. 3090 so much better. 100%. And like even the difference between a 3080 and a 4090 is like, it's unbelievable the difference. You know? Cloud stuff will be an excellent one. I think so. At least in 2024, the grass is mowed. I can't wait to see what they can do with the, you know, ground tessellation, career missions. I'm interested in all of that just to see. I'm a little bit nervous that they haven't mentioned anything about multiplayer. Private servers, you know, given controls. None of this has been mentioned. Which is a pity. But again, like, are we the exception to the rule? I think we are. Like, I mean, when you want multiplayer, yeah, you're going to fly with a couple of friends, 3 or 4 maybe. I mean, that's what they had in mind. I don't think they envisaged group flights with, you know, anywhere between 20 and 100 other aircraft flying along. We've had those numbers before. We get those numbers if we're doing an event. We can get 100 people flying with us. The sim can render 20 odd. Visually. It'll track more than that. The price of the 4090 is unbelievable as well. Has it dropped? Hey, Big Boss is here. Good to see you. Do air flight drop-offs and then get in your truck to take it to a company. That'd be awesome. How could they not foresee it so? When they do it on their own channel. Yeah? No, I mean like going back at the start. At the start epic, yeah? Because the multiplayer options when it started were the same as they are now. But they've never expanded on it. They've never expanded on that. It's nuts. Certain Samsung TVs can run it too. Probably one says, oh yeah, Xbox gaming? Yeah, 100%. Like it's gotta be tough for, you know, CD or Jane or whoever's hosting the official fly-in when they only see 20 aircraft. Like that's gotta be like, yeah, we know there's a problem, but what do you do? But again, it's got to come down to Xbox, right? It has to come down to Xbox. Because loading another aircraft can't be good for memory. Cross-platform fuppery. You just ignore it. It seems to work well for them. What can you do? Like, we have options like Join FS, and that was interesting. With Join FS, I think we loaded in 50 aircraft, and the sim absolutely dragged. It wasn't able for it at all. You know what I mean? Look at this place. There's Upside Down Pilot. Who's that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Careful, Murph. Scotty. This is a really challenging airplane to land. You've no rudder. There's a little bit of a bounce, but we'll take it. Ooh, easy, easy, easy. All right. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah, we're gonna need that cockpit light on for sure. All the beautiful planes, I love it. I guess I'll turn around. Not to see. Oh, look at that sunset. That's beautiful. What do you reckon, lads? Will we keep the time as is? It'll be night time, but it'll look nice. Have you heard anything about improved thermodynamics for gliding? Did we hear anything about... I'm unsure. I didn't hear anything specific to gliding. I do know that they've tweaked the flight model though. In particular, ground handling. 4090s are even more expensive now. What? Really? They did talk about it a couple of streams ago. About the glider stuff, Scott, yeah? Well, like, okay. Who here has Join FS? If you have Join FS, turn it on. And if you don't know what Join FS is, just exclamation point Join FS. Local time 1921. 1921 local, lads. And on live weather. Had nothing but issues with Join FS. Well, Scott, we better iron out those issues because I reckon it's going to be important for Flight Sim 24. Maybe not as much. I hope not, but I'd rather we have an option rather than not. Do you know what I mean? So that's the server name. Why is me call sign that? Interesting. Alright, so Paparazzi is here, right? So now, Paparazzi, where are you? Okay, you're right beside us. So I want to show you a quick demo of this, lads. Just before we stay going. I'm going to turn off multiplayer for the minute. So that's Microsoft Flight Sim multiplayer turned off. Alright. So what can we do here? So here we are on the ramp. And here we have two aircraft. And you might be saying, Murph, what the actual hell is going on? Just bear with me for a minute, right? Stay where you are, don't go moving now. Just stop for a sec. So what I'm going to do, I have two guys here. And one of them is Soaring AJ and one of them is Paparazzi. So Paparazzi on my screen is showing up as a longitude. Even though he's not. Because he's in an aircraft I'm not using. I can substitute that. So if I don't want him as a longitude, right, I can now select him to any aircraft that I have installed on my sim. Right? For instance. We can turn him into... I don't know, picks up, I shouldn't. We can turn him into a Lightning. Give it a second to load. And there he is now as a Lightning. Now, see the flickering and the holy Jesus. That's an issue Join FS needs to work on. Because it doesn't know where the aircraft should be sitting. You can change him again. Let's change him to... oh. Because he's in a tail dragger, that's what's wrong. So we want to put him into a tail dragger, yeah? Let's put him into a DC-3. So this should work now. By putting him in a DC-3, once it loads, it'll figure out what he's doing. So give it a few seconds and it'll then realise what he's in and it'll set the aircraft down. Or at least it should. We can probably reset this. Adjust the height. Assign variables. You get the idea, right? It's just not like it. What are you actually in, Paparazzi? Oh, you're in the business liner. Okay. Substitute. So C195 business liner. C195. C195. Why don't I see that? Filter words. 195. E195. Caronado. I don't know why that's not showing up. That's so strange. So strange.
Can I get a refund?
You have to join the server first, yeah. E195 is the jet. Yeah. Right, so who else do we have here? Let me load back in. You've other aircraft here, right? Ah, so you have a mad-looking helicopter. Who's in the chopper?
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
DVD review, good to see you. Lads, just to explain what you're looking at here anyway, I won't harp on about it. But we've turned off Microsoft servers and we're using the Join FS servers. And there's additional tools. That's what I'm trying to explain, right? So if anyone was flying on X-Plane or on P3D, if we're on P3D or any of those, we can load you into our sim, and you can load us into your sim. It's a great alternative. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's an alternative, right? So I will turn back on the multiplayer. And we will switch off Join FS. I will do some Join FS flying at some stage. Because it needs to be fully tested, do you know what I mean? But isn't it cool that we have these options? The biggest tool is the one behind the keyboard. Jesus. Right, let's go flying. Power coming in.
Look at this big Egypt.
Fuel looks okay. Sort it. I've no rudder, I forgot. Oh, Jesus, go handy. I keep forgetting there's no rudder. Do I have to enter the login and password? Yes, the logs 2 is the password. Oopsie daisy. There we are now. Right, change the time of day back to where we were. Call it 1920. Oh, yes. Now, Join FS is its own solution, you know? Said it before, says Rich Ricardo, and I'll say it again. Why can't they leave the simmers who have spent hundreds of thousands on hardware, software, add-ons and beats and create a version of 24 for the console like Air Combat or something? A few years ago, the commercials wouldn't have worked. Now I think they would. As in, leave Xbox pilots on a different version or a different type of sim. What I would like to see is you have the base simulator. Just a base sim. And the base sim works on console and PC. And cloud gaming and whatever else. Just a base sim. What we have now. Then you have the option of going whatever way you wanted to call it. You can call it Proline, you can call it, you know, MSFS 24 expansion or acceleration or whatever. But that is aimed specifically at PC pilots. Now, are developers really going to make two types of aircraft, the light version and then the advanced version? Why not? They've already done it. Microsoft have done it. You can get the enhanced version of the DC-3, you can get the enhanced version of some other aircraft if you have the specs to be able to run it. So you can do it, yeah? Will they do it? Don't know. They want this product to work on Xbox. And that means the S and the X. Talking to Raoul from FS Reborn, he says the X is actually pretty alright. The S, the Xbox Series S, is giving them the challenge. The S is the problem. You know? But like, that's what the issue is. And like, to be fair, you do not get 15 million pilots just on PC. No other flight sim platform in history reached 15 million pilots. You're just not going to get that, you know? Yeah, how are you? You in VR? The big red head in you. Alright? You don't need 15 million pilots. If you want a successful business and third-party developers and more of development, yeah, you do. You kind of do. Oh, but after you take care of my dude. 15 million pilots develop or benefits us. It means devs can charge lower prices. Yeah. 15 million on the same multiplayer server. Now you're talking, Hammy. We won't be happy until we have that. We want them all on one server. But yes, in theory, that is potentially 15 million people on a set of how many servers? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 servers. That was never going to work. Right? But again, look, there's loads. There are loads of other options. As I said, VATSIM, that's its own network, right? Okay, you're going to be using ATC and following procedures as best you can. Same with IVAO, same with Pilot Edge. Then you've joined FS. Not for Xbox, no. Well, that's not strictly true. The technology is there. You just need a Gibbo and a Rambog to make it possible. Don't forget, lads, we had Xbox pilots appearing on a radar scope outside of the simulator environment and it worked. We could display Xbox aircraft outside of the sim. Not supposed to be able to do that, but it was done. Because Rambog is a genius. Remember when we could fly information properly? I do. And that was all before Sim Update 5, Hammy, wasn't it? And it'll stay that way if VATSIM has its way? I don't think so. Like, it's an interesting point you're bringing up, Scott, but would you not think VATSIM would like its own growth as well? Now, not necessarily 15 million Xbox pilots, don't get me wrong, right? But even in saying that, that's kind of, you know, let's look at the stats. Xbox is going to be a more light version, if you like it to say. They'll want more gaming elements. However, and it's an important point to make, for an awful lot of people, the Xbox console is the only entry they have to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's the only entry they have. Not everyone has, you know, the 2, 3 or 4,000 bucks to throw down on a PC. An Xbox console, on the other hand, think about it. 400 or 500 bucks, the sim if you're on Game Pass, and then, you know, controls, a yoke from Turtle Beach. For 700 bucks, they're 100% on Microsoft Flight Simulator. You compare that to what the PC guys have to do? 700 bucks? Turnkey, away you go? Jesus, we're talking about 2,000 bucks for a graphics card. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it's whatever way they do it, you just don't want to see certain pilots being left behind. That's all. I reached out to VATSIM in regards to Xbox and they said something they are not interested in at all. Oh. Why is that? Is it because they're nervous that it's going to require them to increase the standards or have better scrutiny? Did they see themselves just getting overloaded? Some Xbox users have ditched the PC. Some PC users, here's the other thing, like, if you put it as a progression path, maybe that's one way to look at it. Maybe that's what's kind of happening anyway. You experience the sim and what it's capable of doing on the Xbox, and then you say, no, this is me, and then they invest on PC. You know? Jerry Armstrong says over on YouTube, 15 million pilots on one server sounds like Heathrow Terminal 5. Yep. Don't mention the war, says Hammy. Right? Sim Update 5 is when it went the opposite. It's Sim Update 5, when they enabled Xbox compatibility, that's when we saw a bit of a drop off in some of the graphics, the rendering, but in particular the multiplayer. May not have been Sim Update 5, but that's when it happened, you know? Murph, Christmas is coming up, so is there anything we can do as a community, like make a donation to a fund to cover the cost of a new PC for one of our Firefly members that doesn't have a PC but would have loved to be able to fly with us? Announce the winner right before Christmas. Listen, it's a great idea, B. Carlo. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'd love to do that. Like, there was an amazing charity organisation that ran for many years that Dougal McTavish looked after, and it was called Simwings. And Simwings was designed to do that very thing. Involve the flight sim community, pull together a couple of fundraisers, and they would then be able to go out and buy the hardware to make it available for people who ordinarily would never be able to afford said hardware. And it ran successfully. People got hardware. People got the stuff. It was awesome. We've done it before in our own community. You know, quietly, we've done bits and bobs for folks. It's a great idea. Yeah, Simwings was just awesome. They never elaborate on their email back to me why, says TPI. Yeah, TPHI, I don't know, like, they can't really, right? They're not going to turn around and say, listen, this is why we don't want integration with Xbox. Look at the state of this, lads. I don't know. I think if VATSIM was available on Xbox and there was stronger controls on VATSIM, you know, reporting or booting folks off if they're not following by the procedures, I wouldn't see an issue why they couldn't be on VATSIM, you know? But yeah. The only thing is, like, when it comes to, like, you know, when it comes to community help me outs or community get-togethers and all this jazz, you just have to be a little... Common sense kind of prevails, right? I mean, people are people, right? Someone who doesn't have access to the sim at all, or maybe someone that's on a low-end machine, or... You know what I mean? It'd be a great thing to do, of course it would be. It'd be an awesome thing to do. Getting someone, you know, into the flight sim space. It's a great idea to do. Other things that you could do though is, you know, how can we better serve the community, our own community? How can we better serve it? Is it by, I don't know, infrastructure? Is it by events? Is it by missions like, you know, virtual airlines? Like that's what I look at to do, you know? Because the hope is, well, you can affect a lot more people, an awful lot more people. Give reasons to go flying, a sense of achievement, have a bit of fun along the way, have a very cohesive, closely knit community, friendly people, support networks there if you need it. That's what I adore all that stuff. Because you see it, right? I mean, we've all walks of life. We've people from all walks of life. It's awesome. Buy free Guinness. Real Sim Pilot, that is all we need to do. Provide everyone with a pint of Guinness and the world will be a happier place. Do you know? It's difficult to get pilots booted off. Controllers can't do it themselves. You have to go through a supervisor and there aren't enough of them online very often. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, if VATSIM had the option to be... Again, they're going to need funding for it though, right? I mean, this is a huge ask to a voluntary service. But I'm just saying, if all the boxes were ticked, if all the requirements of, you know, the hierarchy at VATSIM, to put them at ease and saying, listen, you could get an influx of plus 50,000 members, right? But all your boxes are ticked in terms of, you know, you have the infrastructure, you have the security, and you have the capability. Would they then say, no, we don't want them? I doubt it, man. I'd say they'd be all over that. You made it much better for getting folks trained in how to use VATSIM and that they need to be able to know their aircraft. Yeah, but I didn't invent that, right? I mean, I learned it. And that's the beautiful thing in aviation. You learn stuff. Even when you don't want to learn stuff. For example, lads, we're going to learn something right now. Something you may not have known before, right? Why are the nav lights on an aircraft the way there's that configuration? Why is the green on that side and the red on that side looking at it? And not only why, but is that universal to any craft that requires nav lights? And where did they came from? They're navigation lights, yeah?
Oh, Jesus.
By convention, yes. By the aliens, yes. What else has nav lights? To indicate port and starboard. Correct. It's used on ships. Correct. It's also used on trains. What? Trains have them. Maybe not all trains, but some trains have them. Yeah, it's for boats, ships and boats. That's where it came from. Nav lights. Navigation lights. You know then what direction the aircraft is travelling in based on where you can see its nav lights. Yeah? So if you see the nav lights of my airplane and the green is on my left and the red is on my right, he coming at me. Nav lights, of course, invented by the Irish back in 1977. You know, what's a train? This is going to be pretty flying into Budapest, isn't it? We're nearly there, lads. Hang on to yourselves. Port out, starboard, home. I like that one. That's a very good one of knowing what... Port out, starboard, home. So, posh. That's a good one. For me, it was always, there's no port left in the bottle. There's no port left. Typical Murphy going after drinking. But there was no port left. Starboard is to your right. Port is to your left. Forward and aft. I learned red light return. There you go. Wonder if the castle will be lit up. The Parliament building should be. If you see green and red, the Kerryman is going to the pub. If you see red and green, the Kerryman is returning from the pub. They used to say harboard and starboard. Then someone figured the obvious problem. Yeah. That goes back to, Jesus, that goes back to like tall ships. Harbord and starboard. Layboard. I remember reading up on that as well. Old tall ships had that. North American trains can be 2 to 4 kilometers long. They have 4 headlights and a little flasher at the end. Ooh, 4 kilometers. Hard and larboard. Oh. If you see red, the Russians have arrived. Left port, both 4-letter words. Oh yeah, there's another way in Undies. Yeah, that's very good actually. I know, but lads, like, I love how there's a pixelated plane. What is that pixelated plane at night time? It's a PA-24. It's a Comanche. What livery are you using? Because it positively doesn't work at night time. Does it work at daytime? Nope. That's very strange looking. What livery is that? It's absolutely goosed. Is that a known bug? Do we need to talk to A2A? I might have just brought the time back ever so slightly. Clear the bridge. What time did I go for there, lads? I think it just looks pretty now. 1924. Sorry for ranting again, probably just too invested in all this. Not at all, Richie, not at all. We're all invested in this, man. We're all invested in it. And that's what makes us... Jesus, Sunjammer. That's what makes us so passionate about Microsoft Flight Simulator. Because it's that good. It's because what it has achieved as a single platform, the creation of communities, the expansion of communities, aircraft, getting people into aviation, getting them into real-world aviation. We're passionate about it. It's a custom one? Gotcha. There's nothing wrong with being passionate about a platform. But
Hello
like,
there.
you know, once people don't get kind of too bananas over it, you know. Fiber Gaming, welcome in. Haven't updated your Comanche yet? Could be the issue. Yeah, there's an update for the Comanche. We're taking the Comanche out for a flight on Friday night, lads. To update your Comanche, go into your Comanche folder in the start menu, A2A Simulations, and then Comanche check for updates. And that'll update it. Jeez, this is beautiful up here, isn't it? I wonder if it would ease the concerns of VATSIM as real procedures flying if you could turn off planes in multiplayer based on the realism settings. That way you could turn off anyone not live. Yeah, that would work. Sure. Like, even with VATSIM, you still get Muppets on the network. You still get idiots flying into you and just having the absolute mare, like. It still happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just happens. But it is what it is. Like, VATSIM, it's vast, right? I'm very happy with what Adam does, looking after us in Dublin. He's friendly, he's approachable, and, you know, it's a great area to go flying in. Jesus. The roar of that thing. Hammy in a flanker out of nowhere. And then he just went into cloaking mode. And if I ever got frustrated with the sim because of this or that, I just think back to the days when I first started on an Atari and everything has come since. Yeah. Hammy picked the wrong thingy. I understand people get frustrated with the sim. I get frustrated with the sim from time to time. But like, we're all human, right? I get frustrated with the sim when it doesn't work. Like if the servers go down, or I get CTDs or all this sort of jazz. But like, I mean, just look at the state of that. What or where else would you get something like this, lads? It's absolutely stunning. Like, absolutely stunning. Make it just a little bit fancier here now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, lads, honest to Jesus. You know what I mean? Any amount of different aircraft, it's just absolutely gorgeous. We'll do one of these, look. Is it this one? No, that's too long. That's too long. That's too long. Yeah, this works. Tune it! Do you know what I mean, though? Okay, the Comanche's a little bit glitched out there. In fairness now, there's nothing we can do about the poor El Comanche because, well, there's a livery. But, like, come on. There's nothing like it. It's brilliant. Anyway, we're nearly there. We're approaching Budapest. Jerry Armstrong says, the sim is amazing. I remember buying flights in 2004, jumping into a Cessna on my local airfield and taking off and being so disappointed as it looked like nothing where I was. Yeah. Robbie, you take care of my dude. Video games can help seniors with dementia too. Nice. Day flying in the dark. Sounds like us. A CTD over the threshold after a 9-hour flight. Oh yeah, that's positively going to enrage you. You know. It takes away from the scene, but a very nice scene indeed. Now I can fly over my own house and my garden shed is visible. That's awesome, isn't it? It's awesome. Hey, Wolf to Fear is here. Good to see you. You don't have the Connie. I may not have the Connie installed. Another gamer, good to see you. Another gaming, good to see you. Right, we are approaching Budapest. We can see the lights there in the distance. Stahunen. And again, we can get very fancy with this, look. Right? And another thing.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Like, we can get terribly, terribly creative now with this. Who turned off my lights? Colonel Fork, devil! I can't see a thing, I got blinded. But you know what I mean? There we go. The blaze, don't worry about it at all. The immersion has been broken. Look at that, lads. Isn't that gorgeous? That's gorgeous. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the rotating beacon light adds to the immersive thing with the yoke, doesn't it? Now we want to head over Budapest. Left a little bit. We'll be flying over the city proper here now in a moment. And like, look at the state of it. Gorgeous. Look at that sky. This simulator, man, jeez, it's just incredible, isn't it? It's just incredible. But yeah, the sky in real life is looking great as well tonight. Have we clear skies now? It rained all day, so I don't really know. Now, next week, next Monday, lads, I'm not here next Monday, so we will continue with part 5 Monday week, which will be the 16th. There is no stream on Monday the 9th. No stream on Monday the 9th. Speaking of the Sky Murph, are you going to get to preview Atmos from Rex? I don't know, Colonel Fork. I asked them. But no luck yet. I did reach out to them on Discord, but they never came back to me. But I'm interested to see what it does. But I very much think Rex Atmos is going to be, unless I'm wrong, I reckon it's going to be a very short-term solution. I think it's mad they're releasing that now. Like, they should wait for 2024. Let's see what 2024 is going to be like and then release it. But anyway, who am I to tell them what to do? Not clear, but a decent view. Nice, okay. I'm away that weekend, Super Ty. I won't be back until Wednesday. We'll be streaming Wednesday, but I'm just not there Monday. The joys of back to school and all that, you know. I'm not back in school now. No, Jesus, no. Okay. Budapest. This is friggin' gorgeous, look. Look at the state. Beautiful. Murph going back to uni for his masters in Egyptology. Yep. You say Wednesday, but no trucking on Tuesday either. You should be back at school, Murph. You're a very naughty boy. Are these group flights taking place on VATSIM? Donut, no. These are on Microsoft servers. And No VATSIM on this one, dude. Oh, anyone can join in though. We're on the Southeast Asian server. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous. So we make a little bit of a left turn here because we want to fly into the in by the city. Jesus, look at that, lads. Isn't that gorgeous, isn't it? Stunning. You should go back to school because you've been a very naughty boy. Got you now, Eamon. Got you now. Good to see you, Eamon. Yeah, so we're streaming tomorrow, Truck Sim. Wednesday night we have the news and the Murph line. And then on Friday night we have a group flight in the Comanche flying up around New England and Massachusetts. And then we're back to you next Wednesday. It's all go, lads. Shocking busy. I streamed the bejesus out of it last week. I did a bit of a stream on Saturday, and I streamed a good bit yesterday. But yeah. Look at the state of this. Who's lighting us up? I'd say it's the Comanche, is it? Blaze, kill the outlights of the Comanche there for a sec. I think it's the Comanche. Ah, Wolf Defear, thank you very much indeed. 10 months, my guy, thank you very much. Blaze had ready break, yeah. The Comanche is the new Microsoft Flight Sim Christmas tree, taking the title from the Mooney. You can see the Mooney a mile off. Same with the Comanche though. Maybe it's the chopper that has all the bright lights. Someone has shockingly bright lights. Oh, look at the cars down there. Look at the cut of this. Look at all the cars. There's millions of them. Now, what we want to do, lads, we want to get down up close and personal to that river, the Danube. That is what we want to do. So, let us go that direction, shall we? Count the Skodas. A little aviation flatlight or flashlight. Ah! I've no instrument lighting. Is there a button to turn off the in-cab flashlight? There is a button to do it. Mine is set to Alt-L, but I don't know what the default setting is. But you can find a keybind for it. Right, we want to get down to where the river is. This is absolutely stunning. Isn't this gorgeous? Jesus. The bridges are lit up. Yes. Look at the state of this. So we want to fly up the river here a little bit to our left-hand side. The Blue Danube. Oh wow, look at all the cars on the road, look. I have the road traffic turned up to 100. It's absolutely nuts looking. We should see the chain bridge just south of the Parliament building. Ooh, nice. Yeah, see all the cars there on my screen? Isn't that mad looking? But there's the river. I don't know what aircraft is giving us that weird sound, but it's gone now. It's so immersive having road traffic on, but I wish the road traffic was a little bit better. X-Plane looks great, but it's a little bit kind of overcooked as well. Jesus. The roars of that machine. Alright, here is the river. So do we just head up the river? Look at the state of this. The green buildings, that's weird looking. Bridge! DJing sees a bridge. Right, let's ramble in. Man alive, this is pretty. I once streamed the entire Danube River. It took around 4 hours. Wow, QC Frank. Okay, we're over the Danube. This is Budapest. It's huge, isn't it? Now, where's the Parliament building? I think it's straight ahead somewhere, isn't it? Right, let's get our trim set up here. Jesus, this is only gorgeous, isn't it? I think we're going kind of the right way. Let's see what happens here. That's okay, Dr. Notham. No worries, dude. You can fly it, man. Don't worry about it. Jesus, this is gorgeous. It's just ridiculous. Look at the state. And now, a little bit of a course correction. Up, you W. Trying to learn the TBM. Oh, TBM is so good. So good. What do you think of this, though? BRSIM, lads. Oh, yes. Coming up here on the right-hand side, this is absolutely gorgeous looking. It's only gorgeous, and I nearly the plane that you can't spin and nearly spun. Right. Jesus, Murph, reset everything. There we go. Up you devil you. Isn't that absolutely class looking? It's gorgeous. The main Parliament building is just a beautiful landmark. Stunning. Alright, let us head now to the airport to conclude this evening's flight. As I have to say, this has been a lot of fun. You don't often fly at night time, you know. If Murph can't spin it, then he can't be spun. Mark of quality. Yes, yes, yes. It's we don't do an awful lot of nighttime flying, but like when you get to fly in it, it's gorgeous. There's a red and white balloon going up and down. Says Josh, is there? But like night or daytime, right? Mind your eyes. I mean, look at the state of that. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, Jason, we'll do one more lap. It's daytime and it looks absolutely beautiful. Sure, why not, lads? We need a bit of for this one, don't we? Oh, do you know what we need to do? We'll play this one. Where is it now? Don't crash, Murphy. Buttons, Murphy, you can do it. Yes. It's just absolutely savage. Now, where are we at? We're over here. That tunage, man. I close that. Let me see here now. Daytime, yeah, it looks pretty, doesn't it? We can't play the Blue Danube. Paul Danino, welcome in. Children's game? The Sim? As in Microsoft Flight Sim? Children's game? Sure. It's pretty. Jesus, you gotta love photogrammetry, lads. It's incredible. Only better without voice, I think. Wait, who? I circled the balloon. Nice. Is that a Call of Duty map? Did they do a Call of Duty based here? Nutty's like, Jesus. Having great fun in the flight. Oh, better without the voice in the song. Gotcha. The tunage? The tunage. This is absolutely stunning. What a beautiful place to explore, right? Right, so we're going to be... The main airport is over to the left-hand side. Over there somewhere. It's a huge city, isn't it? It's only gorgeous, lads. It's only gorgeous. Now, let's have a new gawk here now. Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum. Okay. Yeah, we're planning to stop now. This is our final stop of the night. Lima Hotel Bravo Papa. Into Budapest. Really enjoyed this flight tonight. It's been absolutely gorgeous. It's the noise of those jets. I might check out the whatchamacallit, the B2 on Wednesday as well. I might grab it. Right, there's an airport over there. Jesus, look at the size of the train stations here. Jesus. They're huge. Massive look. What do you think of the aircraft, lads? It's a nice one, isn't it? Definitely something nice to go kind of exploring in. Right, there's the airport. Just stunning. We're on live weather as well. Beautiful weather here in Budapest. It's a huge city. Massive. Right. Let's start heading over. 2 runways to choose from. We'll pick the one on the right side. Photogrammetry, like at the right altitude, unbelievable. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now, do. Josh Brick, birds. I didn't see what that balloon thing was. It's like a racing track, horse racing track. Looks like it, doesn't it? Or like chariot racing or something. Ooh, Dr. Notham in the Chinook now. Nice. Alright. Swing on to vinyl. Not the Hungarian, is it? No. That's not terribly far from here, though, is it? The Muse exercising yard. Alright. Power's grand. We're not going fast. Gear is already down because it's fixed. Oh, yes. Look at it, lads. Stunning. It's somewhere near Budapest, I think, yeah. It's a steeplechase circuit. Thank you, boss man. That was a T-33. Frank, what do you think of it? There's DJing in an RV8. Rafa's up there. The P149D. What was that one again? That's the, was that the old Focke-Wulf? I think it was. There's our Chinook down there. I love it. Been waiting for years to get it. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, the Piaggio. Yeah. Well, it was a mix between a Piaggio and a Focke-Wulf, I think, wasn't it, Super Ty? Yeah, I must plan some content on that G33. It is nice. It flies really well. I think they have a patch coming out either today or tomorrow. Alright. Easy does it. Or if I've been given a copy of the Aerosoft Frankfurt to review. I have, Eamon, yes. I'll be checking it out on Wednesday. Aerosoft Frankfurt. Yeah, we'll have that on the news on Wednesday. I haven't installed it yet, but from the screenshots it looks gorgeous. It looks stunning. Alright, watch the speed coming in. Did you see the updated picture from Virpil with the new yoke? Oh, it looks like a Boeing yoke. As in Boeing kind of esque, just from the engine start switches and that. Maybe it is, I don't know what it is actually. It looks nice though. It's gorgeous. Alrighty. Over the threshold. Alright, watch our speed. Loads of runway. It's a massive runway. Jesus. Oh, careful. No rudder on this plane, so everything's controlled by the yoke. Makes for some very interesting flying.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Yep. Do you know, I genuinely just bit me tongue there. Who was that? To Blaze? Easy. 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 There's a touchdown. A devil to control on the ground, though. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Jesus, go handy. 31 feet. Yeah, that was as gentle now as we can get. Thank you, Liptorius. Interesting, the same rates as on Friday. Oh, the sounds of this yoke are great, aren't they? Ah, lads, this is a really nice flight. Loved it. It's got ourselves lined up here. Now you might see some aircraft floating. It's only because they may not have the same scenery I'm using. But we'll try not to let that, you know what I mean? I'll do something like that. Something like this. One of those and one of these. And here they are. Yeah, baby. Heat in the skies. That's exactly the reason. A lot of the custom scenery would have different DEM data than the base sim. Usually by 10 feet or so. Which is kind of mad. Look at the amount of planes here, lads. This has been amazing. Jesus, look out, Squawk. God almighty. Alright. Ah, Colonel Falk is there as well. Go on, you devil. He was there and then he wasn't. Oh, there he is again. Go on, you devil, you. Ah, Jesus. The man's in it. Oh, no. Don't tip it over, Colonel Falk. Look out. Ah, Jesus. He's being slingshot across the runway. Will somebody please think of the consequences? Deadly. Yes, I have the PC-6. I have all friggin' aircraft. I don't know why there's model matching issues. But sure, listen. What can we do, friends? Serious memory leak going on. You better believe it. Oh, and the sim. All right, I thought it was just me. But anyway, lads, thank you all so very much indeed. Yeah, we've got a ton of RVs out there tonight. DC-6s, RV-8s, RV-10, RV-14. The Dukes, Comanches, Moonies, Cessnas, Cirrus aircraft. Diamonds are out there as well. Of course, we have the Chinooks. We have some fighters. Absolutely, a Waco, it looks like. Beautiful stuff. So, lads, thank you all so very, very much indeed for joining in for tonight. Do stand by for the raid here on Twitch. We'll go over and say hello to some. And for everyone watching on YouTube, lads, thanks a million. And tomorrow night, you join us again, 1900 Zulu time, if you're knocking around. And we're going to be doing some truck sim, European truck sim, on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night, we have the news. We'll check out Frankfurt. We'll check out the B2. And we have a very special guest on the Murph line. Don't miss it. And then on Friday night, a group flight in the Comanche. Looking forward to this one. So, lads, thank you all so very much indeed. So much fun tonight. Beautiful flying. And the views were spectacular. Just spectacular. BRSIM Designs ERCO Ercoupe or Ercoupe, the 415c. Beautiful little plane. And it's definitely a challenge flying this one, do you know? Right, that's the story. I'm away now. Horizontal administration, yes. And well, sure, listen, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night and take care. Tasty beverage on a Wednesday night. Do you know what I mean? Just to, you know,